Good evening, viewers, to this live session on Goan Vichar today. Today, we have with us a diverse panel representing different political parties in Goa, and they are here to discuss of all the promises that they have made to the Goans, and definitely every Goan. सगळा एक प्रश्न असा तो म्हणल्यार आम तुमकां वोट कित्याक दिवचो. Why should Goans vote for you? Each and every party has given something or the other in their manifesto, in their promises that they want to give to Goans. So how valid are these promises? How how are they going to make through these promises? Is something that their representatives will tell us today. Viewer, this is going to be a big debate today because almost all the political parties are here, except a few. I will tell all about them later, but let me introduce to you all our panel today. We have Olencio Simoes, a young boy, a young guy, youth leader, and he is representing the Indian National Congress. You might have seen him in different places. And as far as I know, I think he likes cycling as well a lot. So that was Olencio for Congress. And we have Mr. Trajano de Mello. He is a person who has wide experience in Goan politics. Maybe even before we were born, before I was born rather. Okay, and he is representing TMC. And we have Viresh Borkar, which we see a lot with RevolutionaryGoans everywhere, making it very obvious and very known to people about the very existence of RG and the vibe of RG in Goa. Then we have Mr. Roshan Mathias. He is a member of Goencho Swabiman party. Okay, and he wishes, as far as I realize, I know that he wishes to contest for his elections, upcoming elections. And we'll have a nice chat with all of them. And we also have with us today uh, Giriraj Vernekar. He is a spokesperson for BJP. You all might have seen him in different places on television discussing about various issues. We also were up to be joined by Valmiki, but last minute I think he couldn't come. I don't know what happened. He backed off. But nevertheless, people want to know what's happening in Goa, and I'm very happy that you all have come forward to tell us what exactly you all are offering to the people. So, without any wasting of time, I'll get to the rules of this debate. Okay. I was explaining to the things earlier, but for the viewers, the format I'll explain to you all how it's supposed to be. Each speaker or each party speaker is going to get 5 minutes to speak. 5 minutes मिनट लो एक speaker olopa. After the 4th minute, we'll have a buzzer. We'll have a reminder that okay, 1 minute is remaining. So we'll have to wind up whatever speaking and give you a closing. Once that is done, once each person has spoken all their things to the people, we'll have a question answer round, which will be timed for 10 minutes. So each representative will jot down the questions definitely when the speaker is speaking, and you can ask the question. The questions are padada. And the interesting part over here is any person in the panel can intrude and cross question or post a question, can just scrub in and post a question over there to the speaker, which has to be answered or not answered. That depends on the speaker over there. Along with this, the live viewers want a question exactly or whatever they are going to put up. We will also put it up to the respective leader who the people are asking to. Okay, so are we clear with the rules? I need a yes.
Yes.
Are we clear with the rules? Okay.
Yes.
So are we good to go? Are we good to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Another party was supposed to join us Goa forward, but unfortunately they are also not here. It would be a full house. No problem. But what we have over here, we'll make the best of it and let Goans know that actual politics is about speaking and coming to people and explaining what is exactly meant for. Thank you for coming. And so let's start. So basically, our first question would be for Congress party. Is all here? Okay, we'll switch to Olencio later. So my second in line is
Yeah.
okay. Olencio is here. Olencio,
Yes.
I just explained the whole thing in the beginning. So we'll jump on to the questions. Okay, and to start off with this debate, the first question comes to you. You're representing Congress Party, a young leader, and we all know that in 2017 elections, Congress had the majority. They had the chance to win the elections and to prove their majority, but they failed to do that. कोणीतरी लोक आता काँग्रेसाचे बेजार आसा, right? And you have joined the party. You're a young face. What do you think about the people? Why should people vote for Congress in these elections? What does Congress have in their kitty for the people of Goa?
See, I think the first important thing is that the Congress Party is a movement which was formed 135 years ago for freedom of the British in India. Okay. Now, yes, the party has always believed into the core principles and in democracy and the constitution which was formed by B.R. Ambedkar. Now, we know how the ruling dispensation has is going against all odds and forming the government by purchasing wholesale purchase. And we've seen how the new parties now which have come also are copying the same style. Yes, we could not form the government because we didn't had the numbers, that is a 21 numbers. But I am confident that this time in 2022 the Congress Party will be the single largest party and we will cross the majority mark, and certainly we will form the government in Goa, because in Goa everyone knows the Congress, believes the Congress have remained with the people's aspiration. Whatever people wanted, the Congress Party has done in the past. We have seen the SEZ's movement, how the only state of Goa scrapped the SEZs, because the people didn't want it. How we got the statehood. This is how the Congress Party has always been with the people of Goa and Goans, and that is why people in Goa only trust the Congress Party. And we are confident. And today the party has already taken stand on major issues which is affecting Goa, especially the three-linear project, which the present dispensation is all out to destroy our coastal environment, our Goa's environment, our tourism, our livelihoods, which I don't think, I don't think no other party can solve it. And certainly the Congress Party will do the needful, and we are going to give good candidates. All new faces are going to come this time in the Congress, which people wanted, because we have got the feedback of the people. People just want Congress to have new faces. Today we have new faces, and it is the Congress only which can form the government, because Congress is a party which has governed Goa for several terms, and people of Goa are happy with it. Just because in the past, in 2012, we did some mistakes, the people of Goa wanted to teach us a lesson, wanted to have a better option. But today, that better option turned out to be the worst option. So people have realized that Congress is the only party which can be with the people, which can be with the minorities of the country, which can follow the constitution, and I'm hopeful that the people of Goa will get us back to power.
Okay, so this is the whole thing that you want to explain. But various other parties are giving a lot of other offers and various other schemes. So what is Congress offering to those people? This
See,
was a roundabout thing. Yeah,
yeah, see,
you still have time. Yeah.
first of all, Goa is having a debt of 27,000 crores. Now, the freebies which have been offered are like a joke or a slap on the common man. We have seen the 16,000 liters of water, which was supposedly copied by the Delhi model of governance. We have seen that people who used to get 300 rupees bill, today that person is paying 5 to 10,000 rupees bill. I myself have got 7,000 rupees bill, when initially I used to pay just 300 or just 200 rupees of water bill. So let's stop fooling the people. We are going to come with people centric manifesto. We are in the making of the blueprint. We have met just recently, we met with all concerned NGOs of Goa. We are taking the experts' opinion from professionals, and we will see that the Goa has the ultimate and people-centric pro-development manifesto.
Okay. We'll stick to that people-centric pro Goa manifesto. We'll debate on that even more. But let's move forward and speak to Viresh and what Viresh has to say about RG. See, Viresh, I see that RG is making a buzz around everywhere. Ogla board uzo mo. पण uzo palpa tod ogot lagna. And that feeling requires a lot of zest, a lot of energy from the people. तूं लोकां ओ आरजी लोकां खातीर कित कोता what are the why should people trust in RG, why should people vote for RG for these upcoming elections?
थँक्यू म्हाका आपयलो म्हणून आयज ह्या
Awesome.
कार्यावळीन बेजिकली आरजी लोकां खातीर कितें दिता आरजी गोंयकारा खातीर जाल्ली आसा जल्माक येयल्ली आसा आमी आतां 4-5 वर्सां ऑलमोस्ट जायत येयली आमकां आमी एक NGO म्हणून काम केल्लें आसा आमी जे गांवांनी पावल्ले आसा गोंयकारांच्या काळजांत पावल्ले आसा आनी आयज आमी जे इश्यूज घेता ऑल ओवर गोवा जितले इश्यूज घेता ते खंयचीच पॉलिटिकल पार्टी अजून पर्यंत घेतलेले ना आतां मेन म्हटल्यार इश्यूज म्हणजे कितें आयज तुम्ही पळयता आसतले ग्रासरूट लेवलाचेर कितलेशे इश्यूज आसा जे इश्यूज खरे म्हटल्यार खंयचे पॉलिटिकल पार्टीन जावं रुलींग गव्हर्मेंटान ते जे इश्यूज सॉल्व करपाक जाय मात अजून पर्यंत केल्ले ना तितून आयज आमचो जो मेन हेतू आमी जो घातलेलो आसा तो गोंयकार कोण गोंयकार तो तितून आमी पोगो बिल म्हणून डिफायन केल्ले आसा जे म्हाज्या फाटल्यानूय बरयल्ले आसा तितून आमी जे पर्सन ऑफ गोवन ओरिजिन जो नीज गोंयकार निजाचो गोंयकार कोण हो डिफायन केल्लो आसा हे मेनली आमी कित्याक लागून केल्ले आसा कित्याक मेनली आमची आयडेंटिटी आसा गोंयकारांची गोंयकार खंय भायर वयता मीन्स ऑलमोस्ट ती कमी जायत आसा आयज तुमी पळयता आसतले मायग्रंट इन्फ्लो इतलो जाल्लो आसा आनी ती आयडेंटिटी आयज आमचे जे रायट्स आसा ते गोंयकारांक मेळना ते आमचे रायट्स मेळोवपाक लागून हो जो रेव्होल्युशन आसलें ते सुरवात जाल्ली 2017 आनी अजून पर्यंत आमी तेच कामाचें काम करता आतां खूब जाण म्हणटा की रेव्होल्युशनरी गोवन्स फक्त पोगो बिल आमी रेव्होल्युशनरी गोवन्स फक्त पोगो बिल ना आमचे खुबशे आनीक विचार आसा आमचे विजन आसा गोंया खातीर गोंय कशें आमी सारवार करपाचें गोंय कशें फुडाराक दवरपाचें हितून आमी डिफरंट टायप्स ऑफ पॉलिसीज ज्यो जर तुमी एग्रीकल्चर पॉलिसी हेल्थ केअर पॉलिसी एड्युकेशन पॉलिसी अश्यो कितल्योश्यो पॉलिसीज आमचे ड्राफ्टिंगेन आसा आनी गोंयाक लागून एक डिफरंट लेवलाचो विचार आमी घेवन चलता आमी गोंयकारांक लागून डिफरंट लेवलाचो विचार घेवन चलता आतां खूब जाण म्हणटात की गोंयकार हांगा गेला थंय गेला मात आयज कित्याक लागून गेला आयज फक्त तेंची पोटां भरपाक लागून गोंयकार भायर गेल्ले आसा सो आमकां जाय की आमचे गोंयकार गोंयांत रावल्ले आमकां जाय गोंयकार फुडें जी फुडली जनरेशन आसा ती गोंयांतूच रावन पोट भरलेलें आनी आमचो फुडार जो आसा तो गोंयकारांचो फुडार बरो जाल्लो आनी मेनली आतां खुबशे आमचे एलिगेशन्स येता की आमी मायग्रंटाचे अगेन्स्ट आसा आनी हें करून आमकां खूब जाण हें करीत आसता पॉयंट मारीत आसता बट आमी केन्नाच मायग्रंटाचे अगेन्स्ट ना आमी जे इनलिगलिटी मायग्रंट्स करता आतां तुमी पळयत आसतले जो कोमलदाद लँड गोंयकारांक आमच्या ज्या जाणट्यांनी कितले हजारांनी वर्सांनी तो कोमलदाद लँड राखून दिल्लो आयज तो कोमलदाद जावन एनक्रोच करता इनलिगली एनक्रोच करून आयज थंय बीजेपी जो मोविन गुदिनो आसा आयज तांकां लिगलायज करपाक सोदता म्हटल्यार कितें आयज चोरी कोण करता ताका चोराक आयज सुशेगाद बरो हितून दर्जो दिता आनी ताका लिगल करूंक सोदता सो अशे कितलेशे प्रकार आसा आमचे जे बाजार आसात तुमी पळयता रोड सायड ते आयज इनलिगली धंदे करता आनी आमचे जे बाजारकार आसा तांकां बाजारकारांक सारको धंदो मेळना सो हे इनलिगलिटीचे अगेन्स्ट आसा रेव्होल्युशनरी गोवन्स मायग्रंटाचे अगेन्स्ट आयज कितलेशे मायग्रंट्स दुसरे स्टेटींचे आयज आमकां सपोर्ट करता आमकां विजन दिता आमकां आयडिया दिता कित्याक तेंच्यांनी गोंय पळयल्लें आसा इतलीं वर्सां ते आयज ऑल ओवर गोंयान येताले ते गोंय पळयताले गोंयान कितें जाता ते पळयताले आनी गोंय कशें सुशेगाद आसले तें पळयताले आयज तुमी पळयता गोंयान क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटीज वाडत आसा क्रायम रेट वाडत आसा आयज चोरयो मर्डर रेप सगळे जाता प्लस आमची जी इकॉनॉमी आसा आयज इकॉनॉमी सकयल देंवत आसा आनी गोंयकारांचो जो जी एक एजेंडा गोंयकार एक बरो सुशेगाद एक आमचो हॉस्पिटॅलिटी आसा आमची बरी करून ती आयज खंय ना खंय डायल्यूट जायत आसा सो हें कित्याक लागून जाता हें आयज जो इन्फ्लुअन्स आसा तो वाडत आसा आनी तो कल्चर हेरिटेज ट्रेडिशन गोंयचो आसा तो आयज खंय ना खंय डायल्यूट जाता सो आमचे एकूच हेतू आसा तो म्हणजे गोंयकारांक विजन दिवपाचें गोंयकारांक फुडाराक जो आमचो गोंयकार आसा तो गोंयानूच रावन आपणाचो फुडार करतले आनी गोंयकार आनी गोंयची जी अस्तित्व आसा तें राखून दवरपाचें फुडल्यो जी पिळगी आसा आमची फुडली जनरेशन आसा ती गोंय बरे भशेन पळयतलें इतलोच आमचो विचार आसा
RG तुमगे पार्टीन कितें विजन मेळ्ळा तें तुमकां लोकांक ट्रान्सफर करपाक जाय. I want to see that vision for Goans and you all want Goans who have gone in different places to come back and deal with their livelihood in Goa itself. Okay, good to go. But then I have the next person to talk, and then we have 5 minutes start. We'll start once we start talking, and that is Mr. Trajano de Mello. Uh, you have a varied experience in politics in Goa, okay, and you have seen politics very closely for years together. आणि तू वर्षांनी तू इथे experience आहात again. Now you're in TMC, and TMC came to Goa like at the end of it. Coming at the end of it, you see hoardings everywhere and everything is just TMC. गोंयकारांनी TMC vote कित्याक दिवचो?
See, as you have rightly pointed out, Julius Bab, I have experience, and in my experience, let me tell you one thing that many, as you have also said just now, that TMC has come now. TMC has come after it has recognized, understood that there is no political party in Goa, especially the so-called main opposition party today, which has reached to one MLA. I don't have to speak much about that. Degradation of that party. That there was no party that could take on the BJP. And therefore it came. Now I have heard two speakers, I won't go into that. But why should people vote for us? That is the TMC. Now, in all my experience, I have never seen any political party volunteers visiting the houses of people with the promise that they have for them, explaining them that this is the position and this is the way you can register yourself right now and give us a chance, because the Goan voter is a very intelligent voter. But we are going to every house, and through the Graha Lakshmi scheme, we have touched the hearts of women. When you say we touch the hearts of women, that the whole family is touched. And we have promised them that if we come to power, that they would get directly into the account 5,000 a month, which accumulates to 60,000 rupees a year. Many are questioning stupidly, who do not understand finance, that how, for where they are going to get the money. That you have got a loan of 27,000 crores. That has got nothing to do. It will be almost 5 to 6% of the present budget of the Goa government that will be given back to the people. Because the budget revenue that comes in comes from the people. And it is only when money given back to the people, the economy also will start rising up. Then we have started the what you call that, the Yuva Shakti scheme. The Yuva Shakti scheme, we have touched every intelligent youth, young mind, to tell him, here is a hope. You don't have to pay for a job. If you are stuck to go for higher education, here is a loan. This is not freebies, because this loan will be given without any big formalities. The government will stand security. Financial institutions will be brought in. You want to go for higher education? Here is your hope. You want to start your self-employment? Here is your hope. So this is, and we are touching the young mind. The young mind today is an intelligent mind. Just by saying it is freebies, free, what have you done? I have not seen. Now I have heard two people who say, one says you got a vision, one says you're going to give new faces, as if they're going to go for modeling. Even for modeling, you got brains. They ask questions to you. You can't just become a good model. So what I'm trying to say is, the most important point is, today this government has brought untold miseries to the people of Goa. And we have come here to uproot it, and our credentials prove it, that we can do it. And after doing that, the first thing we will do is recover the 35,000 loot that has taken place of the mining, which this BJP government has kept it under shelf till today, for it to blackmail everybody and to keep it in power. The biggest thing that this party has done is made it difficult for the BJP to come back to power, is by breaking the alliance of the MGP and the BJP and bringing MGP with us. Otherwise, it would have been a walkover for the BJP, because the Congress and no other party is interested in dislodging the BJP, but rather trying to play games and have to do the what you call that match fixing. Today, we have seen from 17 MLAs you are left with one MLA. Why did people leave you? Every MLA today, one more MLA has been given a cabinet status. It's an open bribe that is going on. and the Congress are silent. Not a word is spoken about it. So this is the reason I say. Then there is a power scam which the court has really taken up. The power scam was during the Congress government. The same person is now a minister in the BJP government. We will see that that trial reaches its logical conclusion.
Okay, so you, in your varied experience that you had, you have seen the flaws in everything. Okay, then you say that TMC is the option for tomorrow for Goa.
I
Okay,
say no. I've told you
having
what we are giving, offering the people
yeah,
which are intelligent enough to know what it is. We are not just talking of new
definitely.
faces
Mm-hmm.
and talking of a
So
vision.
definitely,
What is use of
yeah,
I have
we'll.
a vision and if I have a vision and I cannot put it across to you, what is the use of that
Mhm.
vision? You're taking us for a ride. You're taking the people of Goa for a ride by talking something very abstract.
Exactly. So let the people decide what is abstract and what is not, and let them
Hmm?
decide by your speaking. So let's wait and listen to other speakers as well. I'll definitely give you your due time to question the other parties and let the Goans also see and what to realize what's happening through your offers that are coming out. The vision, the process, everything will be rooted down to this conversation that we are having over here. Having said that, I will go first to the next person, and that is Goencho Swabiman Party, Mr. Roshan Mathias. Uh, you came into the political framework currently and you were there. You have a lot of experience in politics. But to contest as a candidate and come for elections and want to move ahead in the assembly and go forward and contest elections, why should uh, a Goan vote for you? I'll ask this specifically for you. Why should a Goan vote for you and your party?
Okay. First and foremost, thank you for having me on this
You're
debate,
welcome.
and it's a new beginning for us to be even on these debates, and I feel really proud to be here to speak on behalf of the party,
Mm-hmm.
and on behalf of the Goans that are having this hope and the longing through our Goencho Swabiman party.
Okay.
First and foremost, I would like to bring our attention to the small state of Goa that we are. I
Mm-hmm.
would like to compare Goa to a small family. A small family, you will find, never has the need of a servant, but this family takes care of itself. It is able to manage itself. It keeps the house intact. It is able to generate for itself. And this is what Goa actually is. And this is how it has to be. And today, when you see Goencho Swabiman party, it is
Mm-hmm.
that prayer answered of thousands of Goans that have shed tears from many, many years that have gone by. And I am one of those who have shed tears because the system has collapsed so badly. And the system has collapsed not only because of the ruling dispensation, but also of the one that is right now in opposition, who was also once upon a time the ruling dispensation. These people have created
Mm-hmm.
misery for every Goan possible. It was the Congress who started the nonsense when they had Goa in their hands. They started picking and robbing and eating from Goa, for which the
Mm-hmm.
people then taught them a lesson and got in the BJP. What the BJP did, instead of taking small chunks, they ate the whole cake. Today, the Goans are starved. The Goans are starved so much. And the reason Goencho Swabiman party has come forward is because people of Goa have lost their faith in democracy. They say they are never again going to come out to vote. They have been cheated n number of times. And this is why I am saying Goencho Swabiman party has again relived the hope of those who have lost hope in Goa. And Swabiman party, the Goencho Swabiman party is not here for only 22 elections. Everyone
Mm-hmm.
says, you all are slow and stuff like that. No, we are not looking at 22. We are not looking at 2022. We are looking probably at 21-22. We are not here for a short term game. We are here to save Goa for ourselves, for our children, for their children and children's children.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the plan of Goencho Swabiman party. The second part I would like to tell you, in
Mm-hmm.
the years before, our yesteryears, our forefathers had a lot to survive for themselves. They didn't depend on anything from outside. And that is why any political party that came didn't have much accountability to give. But today, But today, all Goans know what they need and they demand this from governments. So if you are a government or if you are in an opposition who has not served the people, then you are going to go down the drain in this 22 elections. We have been pushed to the wall when it came to demonetization. Money was an issue. COVID came, COVID was an issue. Our people died, but nothing was done either by the ruling government or the opposition. People like me who are activists have given so many bills and amendments, even to the Congress party, to make sure it comes and it gets passed in the assemblies. But the Congress took pleasure by doing walkouts from the assembly. And this is what the hope of Goans are destroyed completely.
Hmm.
So, and also I would like to take you one step further, like my brother Viresh said. Today we are trying to come out with new visions. That's an absolute insult for our forefathers who were really Goans. They had a vision which has not been lived as yet. That vision has to be accomplished. Making new visions is not the way for Goa. Those visions which our forefathers had is part of what we are living, and a lot of that more has to be lived. So we have to make sure there is implementation of those visions, and whatever we have to update to our time, that has to be done by us. And this is what
Hmm.
Goencho Swabiman party is promising.
Okay, so as per to you, the vision should remain the same that the forefathers of ours have left for us, and you don't want to make anything new in this, so you want to keep it as it was.
I,
Alne te basi to rahe, har ke?
no, they had a vision which still has to be relived, but there are a few
Okay.
updates because today we have moved in time.
Mm-hmm.
We have moved in time. So there are a few changes we will have to do to the original vision. Our forefathers thought of 100 years ahead.
Hmm.
Where are those 100 years? Are they over? Where is the vision that happened during the liberation of Goa in 61? 100 years are not over. Where is that vision? We have to relive that vision with a few amendments or changes that are required as per today.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Having said that, we'll keep these points in mind, and definitely our panelists are also keeping it in mind. And last panelist for now to speak with us is a spokesperson of the ruling party, that's BJP. गिरिराज अब तो चोपा गेले आता गोंयांत लोक बीजेपीचे बेजार आसा और लोक बीजेपीचे बहुत खुश आसा they want BJP and there's a fraction of people who don't want BJP. So what is the reason? कित कारण आसा गोंयकार निवडून हाडपाक?
ती सगळ्याकीन पहिली गजाल म्हणजे आज आम्ही इतल्यो पार्टीज पळयता. म्हाका दिसता तातूंतल्यो काही मोजक्योच पार्टी आसा हू एक्चुअली हॅव अ गुड शॉट एट गोईंग इनटू द इलेक्शन एंड कमिंग एनीवेअर क्लोज टू मेजॉरिटी. So I will not get into what everybody has said. It's very easy to talk very vague things like vision and everything. But I think people in Goa will also see whether the parties have a vision and if it has been able to implement it. आज खंयचोच लिडर जर विजन असलें जाल्यार ते इम्प्लिमेंट करपाक तांचे कडेन कॅपॅसिटी आसा काय. आय गिव यू अ व्हेरी सिंपल एक्झाम्पल. आज आमी पणजेन भितर सरतना आमकां पाटाचो दुसरो ब्रिज लागता. इफ यू रिमेंबर त्या टायमार आतां आज काँग्रेस जे एनजीओज उलयता, the same NGOs had opposed that bridge. But today, can you imagine if there was no second part of bridge? What would have happened if the Dayanand Bandorkar road was not widened? Can you imagine what would have been the state of Panjit today? So हांव इतलेंच म्हणटा की शेवटाक today BJP is the only party that has a double engine to its development model. आज प्रायम मिनिस्टर मोदी सारको पॉप्युलर लीडर आसा आमचे कडेन आणि गोंयांत दोतोर प्रमोद सावंताचें नेतृत्व आसा. टुडे मोस्ट ऑफ द पार्टीज दे डोंट हॅव अ सीएम कॅन्डिडेट. As some parties talked about fighting the BJP. See, today the only party that is fighting to come back to power is BJP. All other parties are fighting to defeat BJP. And I think that itself shows what a political force and a giant that BJP has become in Goa, which is helping people. आणि म्हाका दिसता 5 मिनटां कमी जातली इफ आय हॅव टू रीड आउट सम ऑफ द अचिव्हमेंट्स ऑफ द बीजेपी गव्हर्नमेंट इन लास्ट 10 इयर्स. आणि हांव मुद्दाम सांगता म्हणजे तो फाल्यां टुरिजमाक प्रमोट करपा खातीर मोपा ब्रिज जायत मोपा एअरपोर्ट जायत किंवा नॉर्थ आणि साऊथ गोवा कनेक्ट करणारो जुवारी ब्रिज जायत. आज जो ट्रॅफिक कंजेशन बिटवीन म्हापसा आणि पणजे आणि ओल्ड गोवा सगळ्याक कनेक्ट करपाक आशिल्लो अटल सेतू आसत किंवा लोटली टू वेर्ना लिंक रोड आसत किंवा द अपकमिंग हब एट तुवें आसत. Whether you talk about 150 electric buses which are coming, or it may be 16,000 liters of free water that has been promised to every Goan. See, I can go on and on. म्हणजे गोयची इकॉनॉमी सगळ्याकीन बऱ्यापैकी सुरू जावची म्हणून 100% वॅक्सिनेशन ह्या सरकारान केले. गोवा बिकेम वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट स्टेट्स टू डू इट. म्हाका दिसता दिस इज कमेंडेबल. आज ट्रजन बाबान इतले पॅशनेटली, ऑफकोर्स, now that he's in TMC, he will praise that party. But today I asked them a very simple question. आज गोंया येवन इतल्यो स्किम्स प्रॉमिस करता, आज वेस्ट बेंगालान कित्याक स्कीम ना? आमची स्कीम CMRY जी मनोहरभाईन सुरवात केल्ली स्कीम ती कॉपी करून आज ते आपल्याक जाय तसल्यो स्किमी काडटा. बंगालान कित्याक ना ही स्कीम? इट हॅज अ मच लार्जर बजेट. ती आज गृह आधारासारख्या स्कीमीचे 1,65,000 बेनिफिशरीज आहा गोंयात. टू वेदर लाडली लक्ष्मी 72,943. यू टॉक अबाउट मेडिक्लेम इज अ बेसिक फॅसिलिटी एनीबडी शुड गेट. ती आयुष्यमान भारत ममता बॅनर्जी नाका म्हणली, बट गोंयान आमच्या सारखी TDSY सारखी स्कीम आहा जी 2,30,000 फॅमिलीजांक मेळटा. आज DSSY सारखे जे पेन्शन आसा ते 1,36,000 लोकांक मेळटा. आणि there are so many, see, when I say all round development, it is not only infrastructure, there is social schemes. तुम्ही एग्रीकल्चरान वचून काम देणू स्कीम पळया, मिल्क इन्सेंटिव्ह स्कीम पळया, तुम्ही एज्युकेशनान केल्ले कुजिरा इंटिग्रेटेड कॉम्प्लेक्स पळया, टुरिस्टांक खातीर टुरिस्ट पेट्रोल पळया किंवा बायलां खातीर पिंक फोर्स पळया. टुडे गोवाज क्रायम रेट डिटेक्शन हॅज गॉन अप टू 93%. हे म्हाका दिसता दिस इज कमेंडेबल. पण हाच्या बद्दल कोणूच उलयना, कारण आज एजेंडा हॅज बिकम टू फूल द वोटर्स. बट म्हाका दिसता गोंयचो जे लोक आसा ते बऱ्या भशेन जाणा की लायक गोवा इज अ टुरिस्ट ड्रिवन इकॉनॉमी. आज 2019 80 लाखाचेर टुरिझम पावले, विच वॉज स्टॅग्नंट एट 25 lakhs in 2011. Why? Because tourists also feel Goa is much safer and has developed. So I think BJP is the only party that is going to the people with not just promises but with also a report card of 10 years of good governance.
Okay, so basically you feel that the whole report card of good governance that BJP is showing right now, that should be the whole reason for Goenkars to vote for BJP once again. That's what you're trying to say, right?
Yes.
Okay. Having said that, every individual panelist over here got a chance to speak for those 5 minutes, and definitely spoke about the intrinsic part of each party that you are representing. But right now, we'll move on to the next phase of debate, and that is you'll question the details that you'll have given. Okay, and this can include a point where y'all can just trespass and scrub in and have another question by another panelist. Poil mulyar Olencio tu poilo loillo. Taklagon, the question should be routed to you first. So I will invite Viresh to ask a question that you have noted. Olencio wants to say something about the schemes of Congress.
सो बेसिकली म्हाका एकूच विचारपाक जाय, आतां काँग्रेसान इतलीं वर्सां राज्य केलें गोंयांत आनी ते म्हणटा की डेव्हलपमेंट करताले म्हणून, आनी जे 2012च्या इलेक्शनान ऑलमोस्ट वॉश्ड ऑफ जाली काँग्रेस. ओन्ली 8 सिटां येयली काँग्रेसाक. आनी हेच्या पयलू पासून ते आयज मायग्रंटांक घेवन ते वोट बँक करताले, वोट बँक शेअर करताले. आतां तुमी पळयता आसतले कितल्योश्यो आमच्यो झोपडपट्टी त्यो काँग्रेसीच्या टायमार डेव्हलप जाल्ल्यो. आतां तुमी पळयता जुवारीनगर जी ऑलन्सियो बाबाकूय लागता, जुवारीनगर जी झोपडपट्टी आसा ती तेंच्या टायमार डेव्हलप जाली. मागीर तुमी पळयता आसतले म्हापसान झोपडपट्टी जाल्यार फुकट नगरी, मोतीनगर मडगांव जाल्लो आसा. हे सगळे काँग्रेस टायमाचेर झोपडपट्टी सगळ्यो जाल्यो. आनी तेन्ना समज जितले काँग्रेस लिगल्ली वयताले आनी खुबशे तेंच्यान डेव्हलपमेंट केले, हो गोंयकारांक लागून डेव्हलपमेंट आसलो काय हो चडसो मायग्रंटांक लागून डेव्हलपमेंट आसलो? कित्याक आतां तरी दिसून येता की हो चडसो जो डेव्हलपमेंट केला तो चडसो मायग्रंटाकूच लागून केला कसो. आनी हें अशें आसा आयज ते केला ते टोटल कोमुलदाद जाग्याचेर केल्लें आसा. चडशे कमुलदार जाग्याचेर आनी तांकां इनलिगली घरां स्ट्रक्चर बांदपाक दिल्ले आसा. आयज
Question, Viresh, question in sir, question. Explain konaka, question in sir teka. You have to ask the
सो हे
question, the question round.
स्ट्रक्चर इनलिगल स्ट्रक्चर बांदल्या ते काँग्रेसीन कित्याक लागून सपोर्ट केलो आनी हेच्या फुडें काँग्रेस करतली काय ना हेका म्हाका क्वेश्चन करपाक जाय.
पळय आमी जो पळय फोकस तो खऱ्या मुद्द्याचेर पळय घालपाक जाय ते आमी बारीक लोकांचेर, जे व्हॉइसलेस लोकांचेर, जे 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 लोकांक एक्सप्लॉयटेड करून काबार केलेले आहा आमी त्या लोकांचेर टार्गेट करता. आतां मायग्रंट पळय आमी पळय केलां, मायग्रंट टोटम घाटी, आयज आमकां कळपाक जाय बे इन्सल्टींग राम मनोहर लोहिया. जो मनशान आयज आमकां फ्रिडम दिवपाक आयज मुखार येयल्लो, हो जो युपी हो जो पळय नॉन गोवन आशिल्लो तो, आमी असल्या मनशांक इन्सल्ट करप. नंबर वन. नंबर टू, जे पळय इलिगेलिटीज जालां तेजेर कायद्या भायर पळय कितें आहा ते कायद्या भायरूच आसा. आतां आमी फोकस करता हो इलिगेलिटीज कोणेन केला, हू वॉज इनवॉल्ड इन दीस, तेंचेर फोकस करा. कशे ते येयले, कोणेन हाडले, कित्याक लागून हाडले. पूण म्हाका अशें दिसता हे जे पळय बारीक लोकांक आमी टार्गेट करता हे चुकीचें आसा. येस, these structures have come illegally. What we can do best is either we can rehabilitate them or we can provide a housing, affordable housing for them. Because Congress party is very clear. It does not differentiate against region, caste, religion, etc. So everyone is one. We cannot differentiate. We have bigger issues to fight. Goa is on the verge of mega destruction. The dilution of environmental laws which are coming in will eliminate the coastal communities of Goa. The Sagarmala plains which are coming in Goa will destroy the health, economy, tourism, livelihood, etc. everything. So आम्ही जे मेजर मुद्दो आहा तेजेर फोकस करूया. बारीक जो मुद्दो आहा, बारीक लोक जो पळय सफर जाता तांकां आमी वयर काडपाचें चिंतया, तांकां काबार करपाचें चिंतचें न्हू. कित्याक हे जे पळय आसा हे I don't call them migrant, I call them exploited citizens of Goa, because they have been exploited by the industry, they have been exploited by the contractors, they have been exploited by the politician for the political vote bank, and it goes on. If you see the atrocities what they face, त्यांचे लॉ अँड ऑर्डर सिच्युएशन जाता, त्यांचे रेप जाता, तांकां कांयच ना, कोण ना पळोवपाक, तांकां पुलीस ना, कोण ना. सो आमी असले बारीक लोकांचेर फोकस करचे न्हू. मुद्दो जो आसा तो व्हडलो आसा. गोंय राखपाचो आमी मुद्दो करूया. फाल्यां मायग्रंट आमी दवरतो, आमी मायग्रंट काडले जाल्यार गोंय उरतलें अशें ना. जे पळय पॉलिसीज पळय येता ते आमी बंद करपाक.
Correct. हे सारकें. पूण आतां when you're giving answers, it should be spick and span and to the point.
So-
Explanation चड नाका. We want answers, concrete answers. Side कितें आहा तें नाका. Viresh, you asked one question. Now I'll move on to Trajano. We could ask Olencio a question regarding what he said last 5 minutes.
1 minute. I'm asking all at one time. Finish it off. Bob Vernekar said that everybody is fighting to defeat the BJP. What he wants us to fight and keep BJP in power. Unless we fight and defeat the BJP, we cannot come to power. And that is our aim. Number one. Number two, Bob Vernekar said that the detection of crime is 93%. What is the crime of rape that you are going to allow crime to take place and detect it and no punishment and no final like the city murder case? That's enough for him. Now, I have heard Bob Olencio was a good friend. As you have rightly said, he's a budding leader, which I believe. I'm only sorry to tell him that his seat is already sold. But I expect him that he will be a leader one day. Now, Olencio said that they are still in the process of making a manifesto. But he could not produce one thing that this is what they will offer. He's talking of all the destruction. My dear brother, in 2012, from 2007 to 2012, the Congress ruled and the Congress was shunted out of power and brought BJP in because they ruined Goa. But you have nothing to offer till today. Now, the two, one is Roshan Bab and one is Viresh, who spoke about vision. Now we know it that the BJP was famous for throwing the Jumla of 15 lakhs. There was a commitment that they would give 15 lakhs, and it became a big Jumla, and they admitted it's a Jumla. By saying you are having a vision, it is a Jumla of non-commitment. You are just saying it's a vision, telling people to dream, whatever it is. What is the commitment to the people of Goa? You are going to fight an election, and you have got nothing ready till today. And TMC, whom you all claim, has come so late here, has already come with 2 proposals, and they are still coming with more. And we are going to the house step. We are just not making announcement by press conferences. We are visiting every house. Understand this, never it has happened in Goa. And we are going, explaining to the intelligent voter, and the voter decides whether to accept it or not. Go ahead.
So I have a thing where
Yeah.
every voter is intelligent, so you can't say just intelligent voters, Rajan Bab. So you must be generalizing the whole thing. Every voter is intelligent. That's why he has a voting
I am
card.
saying to the
Only
intelligent
intelligent
voter,
voters has RN.
my dear brother, when I say intelligent voter is every voter. Am I naming the
Exactly.
voter?
Be specific on
What?
that.
And when I
Okay.
say voter is a voter, what is the
Okay.
specific? You want me to name somebody?
No. I wanted to be specific. Voter,
What is
they
specific,
can't be
my dear
no.
voter? When I say we are going to every intelligent voter is intelligent.
Okay, so that's what you mean. That's okay. Cool.
Yes.
So, having said that, we'll go to Giriraj. Giriraj, you have any question to Olencio?
He should talk about the crime rate. He's talking of detection of crime. He's not talking about the crime. The crime is increasing every day. And the
Exactly.
very
I'll come back to
latest one
you.
is
I'll back to you. Definitely, I'll come back
Trajan
to you. Giriraj, it's your turn now. Yeah.
I'll answer all the questions when my turn comes. And
very
trust
good.
me, I have got only 2 but very interesting questions for you also. But let me
Very good.
go back to Olencio.
I'm
So
waiting for your questions.
I mean, on a very lighter note, I think you contested on a AAP ticket last time. This time you are with the Congress. So now whether we should consider you a fresh face or what is it? And secondly, you talked about the SEZs. It was a scam that we had to handle. You allowed blocking of land, which basically finally we had to clear. And why was SEZs opposed? Because it became a real estate racket under your government. SEZ, if you remember, was proposed when your government was in power, and in Goa also it was brought in by the Congress. So I don't know. So I think you are trying to blame people for your own government's fault.
Julius,
Yeah,
I'll just
I'll give you
answer
a
to this.
chance to speak. No.
I'll
This
put
is
a
for
question
Olencio.
to.
No. You can write the question and keep. This is Olencio's turn.
Okay.
Write that question. I'll post
Okay.
it to Giriraj. You'll have
Yeah.
immediate turn.
Yeah.
Olencio.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to answer my learned friend from BJP that he's pointed two questions to me, and happy that he is pointed question. But I want to tell him that yes, I contested an Aam Aadmi Party candidate, and I might be the probable candidate of Congress.
It
But
is sold.
but I have not compromised on my principles. I believed in the principles of the Aam Aadmi Party initially, which now I think is not what it is, and I now prefer a old party which have worked for our independence, which have rich history, which has protected our constitution, which has protected our minorities, which have a secular face. I prefer that party. Now coming back to the SEZs, it is the BJP in opposition at that time, which were against SEZs, against 6-lane road, against these mega projects. But today it is the same BJP which wanted to compromise on the SEZs which were scrapped by the Congress. They wanted to do an outside court settlement, but they did not have the guts to take decision. So this is the BJP. But today, when people are fighting against the coal projects, when more than 130-40 panchayats have passed resolutions against coal corridor, which has never happened in the past, but still the BJP is so arrogant and does not want to listen to the people of Goa. And that is why from 2012, from
Constitution did
21,
not start giving
they
the
reached
Congress.
2013. And
Olencio, just say yes or no.
In this 22
Coal
election,
transportation
they
did
will
not start during the Congress
coal,
rule.
coal transportation never started from the Congress rule. You are mistaken. You are misleading the people.
You are lying to the people
Let's
of Goa.
assume, let's assume that Congress did a mistake in the past. So are you going to continue it? Let's assume what you're saying is correct. Are you going to continue it?
No, you
That is
first
what is the
decide whether
question.
it
So
started or
you
no.
should stop it. You stop it and show. But we have made a promise to the people of Goa that we will scrap the three linear project. And this is what the people of Goa wants. Amche dai amka jai. We have to protect our heritage. We have to protect our environment, which the BJP is on the verge of destructing themselves and Goa in large.
Okay, before going to Trajano, I have a very patient panelist over here, that is Roshan Bab. I think you should ask a question to Olencio, and then I'll definitely go on to Trajano. Yeah, Roshan.
Um, Olencio, I find it difficult to ask him any questions because we have been together at many programs and events, and we've done a lot of awareness together. But since we are in two political parties now, I think the question has to be open. Olencio, how serious is Congress about even contesting this election? The reason I'm asking is it hurts me when I see people like you who have worked their heart for Goa. Today, the Congress does not have guts to even put your name in candidates list.
Uh, Roshan
What
Bab,
hope are you all giving Goa? Second thing I want to ask you, your decision for joining Congress, how much have you seen Congress doing on the environmental front in the last 5 years? I don't want to know what they did when they were in ruling, because opposition is also, if not more, powerful than the ruling. And the third thing, you please tell me which activist has been honored in the Congress party till date.
Okay, we are already running out of time, but Olencio, you can answer that, and
yeah,
we'll move to the next person. I'll come to you,
quickly.
Trajan.
Yeah, quickly to answer Roshan Bab that that Congress whether is serious of winning or not. I think Roshan Bab should understand that we are the first party which is declared our candidatures. Number one, number
I
two.
think I think we were first, Olencio.
Okay, maybe. So we have declared our candidatures, which people of Goa was always telling that we are last to release candidates. We are started our campaign. We are very much serious in forming the next government, and we are confident the next government will formed by the Congress because we have a lot of young, talented people who are entered into the Congress party, and the very fact the people are entering the party, the newcomers which are
Hmm.
entering the party is a clear indication that Congress is winning, and we have so much trouble that in every constituencies we have almost 3 to 5 candidates who are fighting for the Congress candidature. So it's a very clear
including in,
indication.
including
It's a very
BJP members.
it's very clear indication that the Congress is winning and will certainly form the government. Coming back to what they have done for the last 5 years, I think I just want to remind Roshan Bab that the Congress have been vociferous in taking the coal issue. In fact, there was a resolution passed against the three linear project, which was voted out in the assembly session, and in the past, also Congress has bought policies. Try to understand the policies, the CRZ, the NGT, the EIA, all environmental policies have been bought by the Congress party. So please try to understand that no other party is more serious in an environment is the Congress party. So therefore, we should have some trust and faith which the people of Goa has, and will definitely see that 2022 will have prosperous new generations in the Congress party, which will take Goa ahead.
Okay, definitely. On that, we'll take a pause over here, and Trajan Bab was waiting for a very long time to pose a question. I'll allow that now. Yes, Trajan, you wanted to ask a question in the middle. Please go ahead.
Bob also said something was being tried out of court and it was not happened. What was that? Olencio Bob,
I think you should
you said
ask a
that they want
BJP
to do.
friend. You should ask a
What is
BJP
that?
friend. They wanted to
Yeah,
they
what
wanted to have an outside court settlement rather
on
than
what? On what?
on the SEZ
It
land.
was done out of court settlement. That's what I'm coming to the point. The out of court settlement was done, which was another scam, and that was including the Congress leader. It was an out of court settlement where Mr. Vernekar denied. And in hand in glove, we understand the legal procedure, and I understand it well. And you must be knowing, I have filed many PILs and successfully filed them. Please understand this. This SEZ settlement was done out of court, and therefore it was another scam, which included the Congress leader.
The lakhs of square meters were stuck in the court battle because of the way Congress had signed the agreement. You cannot stop Goa's development and
I
just
am
wait
not
for
on
the
the
court order.
Vernekar Bab, I am not on
If it
that.
was just
1
scrapped,
minute.
if it was scrapped, why
Vernekar
was the
Bab,
land not taken back by the Congress?
1 minute.
Why was the land not taken by the taken back by the Congress? Why
I
did
am
it take
blaming the
20
Congress.
years in the court?
I am blaming the Congress in the part of the scam, but they
That's
out
what
of court settlement.
no,
I am
I'm
trying to correct
asking
Olencio.
Olencio.
Ah,
He's telling us that it is BJP should answer that. You should tell us why did you not just scrap the deal and take the land back? You did not take the land back. You let the other government fight for it. This is your modus operandi every time before elections.
Okay, very good. So with having said that, we'll go to Viresh. Viresh also spoke for 5 minutes and he gave a lot of visionary talks that everybody said that vision is not enough and all those things. But now definitely mark this start. तुम विरेश का क्वेश्चन विचारता है. Let's move.
vision is a jumla without
Definitely, and
commitment.
I'm going to start this with you, Trajan Bab. You ask Viresh first. What are your questions?
Schemes is another jumla.
I said no. A vision is another jumla without commitment. They have only polished it. They have learned from the BJP. Don't make a commitment. Talk of a vision. Sell crores to the people of Goa.
I think Trojan Bab
Olencio,
realized one thing.
I'll come to you. Olencio,
I can't hear.
This is Trajan. Yeah. Okay. Trajan Bab potun Viresh ha question
Promises
sir.
Sound break that.
My question is, by saying a vision, it's a telling people to sit down and dream. No, we have gone practically with some schemes. What is the vision?
Okay.
A vision, in my opinion, is a refined form of a jumla without a commitment.
Schemes also is jumla.
Okay, Viresh, you start off now.
You can keep on saying everything is jumla, but you have to logically put it forward. You have to put it
Definitely.
logically forward. You got no scheme. Being in the
Trajan Bab,
opposition.
let him
Let me
speak.
आप also did the
Your
same
question
thing
is
last
asked.
time, Trajan Bab. आप also did the same thing 2017.
Answer करता.
एक काम करूया विरेश हा उलोवपा दिया आम मागीर उलोवया कितें आहा तें विरेश प्लीज गो अहेड
सो बेसिकली ट्रोजन बाब सांगता की आमी जुमला करता म्हणून हे जुमला तुम्ही करता आसतले जेन्ना तुम्ही पळयता जे स्किमी वाडटा 5,000 दिता म्हणटा एक टायमार पर्रेकारानूय सांगलेले 5,000 दिता म्हणून अनएम्प्लॉयड युथांक दिता खंय गेले ते 5,000 जेन्ना पयलू पासून अजून पासून आता ते
परिकरान
दिता
सांगलेले घरा बसून आम्ही लोकांचे घरा बसून
सेम जुमला
cancel केल्या.
सेम जुमला आणि लोकांक पिशान काढूक सोदता
What is
गव्हर्नमेंट
your vision?
सध्या
Your
लोन
vision is for yourself. Please explain your vision to the people of Goa.
गव्हर्नमेंट नासतना तुमचो गव्हर्नमेंट जायनासतना तुम्ही जुमला करता दॅट इज द फॅक्ट तुम्ही लोकांक पिशान काढपाक सोदता
And you are
5,000
having-
दितले म्हणून
And you are having a vision without forming a government. So
Let
you
me
are having a vision without
answer
forming a
your question.
government.
Let me answer your question. जे vision तुमच्याकडे ना ते we
ओके
have the
No, no, answer your question.
entire vision. Whatever is there in
You
Goa,
answer
that
your
can be-
question.
vision
Why is
जातले.
your vision not? Why are you not prepared to put your vision to
आमचे
the people
vision,
of
every
Goa?
vision
Answer
we have
that.
already given three promises.
answer that.
We have already given three promises. First is the Pogo bill. Already ते out केल्ले आसा. दुसरे
Pogo bill is the biggest jumla.
हेचेर तुम्ही कित्याक उलयना तुमकां जागे आमचे खावपाक जाय गोंयचे तुमकां जागे खावपाक जाय लँड प्रोटेक्शन बिल आमी हाडटले म्हणून तेजेर उलयल्या आमी RP 2021 राव लिसन एटलीस्ट लिसन टू मी RP 2021 जो आसा तो रिविजिट करतले आनी तो RP 2031 हो करतलो कित्याक हितून जे जुमला गेले ते सगळे आउट जातले आयज ते केल्ले आसा, बीजेपीन केल्ले आसा, तेजे पयलीं काँग्रेस करताले. सो हे जे एनवायरमेंटल प्रोटेक्शन करपाक जाय ते केल्ले आसा. टीसीपी एक्टा अंडर चेंजीस जितून आमचे जागे सेव्ह जातले हे आमी हाडलेले आसा. 16B जे विजय सरदेसाय आसतना मिनिस्टर आसतना तेन्ना हाडलेले ते आमी स्क्रॅप करतले. ओडीपी ज्यो जावपाच्यो आसा त्यो आमी स्क्रॅप करतले. हे ऑलरेडी आमी सेकंड प्रॉमिस घातलेली आसा. फुडें आमी घातला की आमची जी रिक्रुटमेंट पॉलिसी आसा, गव्हर्नमेंट रिक्रुटमेंट पॉलिसी, तितून आमी चेंजीस करतले. जितून मेरिट लिस्टाचेर जे मेरिट लिस्टान खरें म्हटल्यार घेवपाक जाय आनी आयज ते जायना. आयज बीजेपी सरकाराच्या अंडर जावं काँग्रेस सरकारा अंडर हे जायनासले. सो ते मेरिट लिस्टाच्या अंडर हाडटले. आनी अश्यो आमच्यो कितल्योश्यो पॉलिसीज आसा, लायक एनवायरमेंट हेल्थ केअर पॉलिसी, जो आमच्यो एड्युकेशन पॉलिसी, एग्रीकल्चर पॉलिसी, टुरिझम पॉलिसी, मायनिंग रिलेटेड पॉलिसी, अश्यो कितल्योश्यो पॉलिसीज आसा त्यो ऑन द वे आसा आनी त्यो ड्राफ्ट केल्ल्यो आसा. सो दॅट वील प्रोड्यूस. तुम्ही जे दिता पळय ते लोकांक पिशान काडपाक सोदता, लोकां कडेन पयलूच पयशे ना, तुम्ही टॅक्सां वाडयता, टॅक्सांचे भार घालता लोकांचेर. आयज लोक बेजार जाल्ले आसा. बीजेपीन सांगले तांकां की कोविडाच्या टायमाचे 5,000 हजाराचो भत्तो दिता, धंदेकारांक दिता म्हणून सांगलो, अजून पर्यंत दिल्लो ना. सेम सिजन लाडली लक्ष्मी, आयज कितलेशे चेडवांक लाडली लक्ष्मी मेळोकूच ना. म्हाका दिसता 4 वर्सां जाली लाडली लक्ष्मी कितलेशे चेडवांक मेळोंक ना. अश्यो कितल्योश्यो स्किमी आसा. तुम्ही जेन्ना अनएम्प्लॉयमेंटाची परेकरान हाडलेली 5,000 दिता म्हणून 2012 इलेक्शनाक मॅनिफेस्टोन खंय गेली ती स्कीम. आनी तुम्ही परत येयल्या बिकॉज यू आर रिडींग हे लोकांक दाखयतले फोटींग आसतना दितले आनी आमी निवडून येतले म्हणून. हे पिशान काडपाक सोदनाका. ऑलरेडी गोवा इज अंडर डेप्ट. 27,000 करोडाचो जो डेप्ट आसा तितून आयज बुडलेले आसा गोंया. आनी तुम्ही समज त्यो स्किमी हाडल्यो जाल्यार तितून आनीक बुडटले आनी आमी गोंय काबार जातले. जी इकॉनॉमी गोंयची आसा ती सस्टेन जावपाक सगळे काबार जावन पडटले. सो डोंट गिव्ह फेक आश्वासना. ती आश्वासना तुम्ही जी तुम्ही इम्प्लिमेंट करपाक आनी जी तुम्ही युवा स्कीम हाडल्या, युवा स्कीम जेन्ना हाडल्या तुम्ही 3% इंटरेस्ट घेता. सो एसबीआय 4% इंटरेस्टाची म्हणटा. एसबीआय ऑलरेडी 3.5% इंटरेस्ट आसा. सो तुम्ही कोणाक जुमला करूंक सोदता, कोणाक तुम्ही पिशान काडपाक सोदता म्हटल्यार 0.5% तुमकां खंयच्यान ना खंयच्यान आपणाच्या बोल्सान पडटा आसतलो. सो हे तुम्ही जुमला लोकांक करूंक सोदता. लोक आयज हुशार जाल्ले आसा. लोक आयज पळयता कितें जाता ते आनी हेचेर आमी फुडें जे आमचे गोंयकार आसा ते डिसायड करतले.
Okay, Trajan Bob, write a question down. तुगे chance झालो. आता Olencio, it's your turn. Ask Viresh your question.
Now, I have no much question to ask Viresh because the vision is not that clear. But I just want to ask that Pogo. There's so much focus is on that Pogo. Is the Pogo having a legal sanctity? Does it fit in the Constitution of India? Number one. Number two, is the RJ a vote splitter, or will it be a vote splitter and help ultimately the BJP to win, or will it win seats? Is the big question. Now, by all the parties entering into a fray in
Okay,
this,
now these are Olencio, these are your two questions, right? You want if whether Pogo bill has a legal backing to it, constitution wise it's backed, or
Absolutely.
and a vote split if RG is going to split the vote. Viresh, go ahead, answer the question.
सो बेसिकली पोगो बिल कॉन्स्टिट्युशनल आसा. आनी जेन्ना ऑब्जेक्शन रेज केले, जेन्ना रेव्होल्युशनरी गोन्स पार्टी म्हणून आमी जेन्ना घातले तेन्ना ऑब्जेक्शन रेज केले. आनी हे जे पॉयंट आसा हे पोगो बिलान कॉन्स्टिट्युशनल खुबशे पॉयंट घातले, व्हडले ड्राफ्ट करून आमकां ऑब्जेक्शनाक घातलेले. सो हे ऑब्जेक्शन आसा ते क्लियरिफाय जाले. आमी आमचो जो रिप्लाय आसा तो फायल केलो, क्लियरिफाय जाले. आनी अशे कितलेशे जे डिमांड आमी मागले ते ऑलरेडी कितलेशे स्टेटीन ऑलरेडी हे केले. आज बीजेपीच्या पासून स्टेटीनी ते डिमांड्स ऑलरेडी घातलेले आसा. जे लोकलांक रायट्स मेळपाक जाय, जॉब्स रायट, रिजर्वेशन मेळपाक हे ऑलरेडी जाल्ले आसा. सो कांय डावट ना की पोगो बिलान कॉन्स्टिट्युशनल म्हणून जे कोमुलदाद लँड आसा, जो जागो आसा तो ऑलरेडी कोमुलदाद एक्टान आसा, मात तेजेर आयज मेंटेन करिना, आयज तेजेर ट्रॅक कोण दवरिना. सो हे पॉसिबल आसा, जे पोगो बिल पॉसिबल आसा आनी तेकाच लागून आमी वावरता. तुमकां समज पॉसिबल नासल्यार तुमी ड्राफ्ट करपाचे, तुमी घालपाचे भितूर आनी सांगपाचे की हे अनकॉन्स्टिट्युशनल आसा. कित्याक काँग्रेसीचो आमदार एकटो बसून काँग्रेसीच्या आमदारान ते पोगो बिल ड्राफ्ट हेजेर कित्याक घालूना, असेंब्लीन कित्याक घालूना. तुमची गोंयकार, तुमकांय गोंयकारांचो वोट जाय ना, तुमी घालपाचे, हे असेंब्लीन घालपाचे आनी तुमी सांगपाचे हे अनकॉन्स्टिट्युशनल आसा म्हणून. इट वूड हॅव प्रूव्ड दॅट इट इज अनकॉन्स्टिट्युशनल. तुमी सांगतले की हे ना, मात कितें आसा आयज तुमकां पासून खबर आसा ते कॉन्स्टिट्युशनल आसा, बीजेपीकूय खबर आसा कॉन्स्टिट्युशनल आसा म्हणून, तेका लागून कोणानूच ते टेबल केल्ले ना. दुसरो तुमचो जो प्रश्न आसलो तो जितून तुमी म्हणटा की आमचे विजन क्लियर ना आणि आम्ही सिटां कितली झगडटले कितली जिखतले तुमकां
Question is
सांगूंक
vote.
सोदता आयज आयज रेव्होल्युशन
The
कितली
second
सिटां
question was
जिखोवंक शकता
vote split.
हय
Vision
वोट
account
स्प्लिटाचेर
he asked
उलयता
vote split.
आयज
Yes.
आयज 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 काँग्रेसीची हालत पळोवपाक जाय आयज तुमचे ग्रास रुटाचेर कोणूच ना ग्रास रुटाचेर मुद्दम तुम्ही वचोन चॅक करा आयज तुम्ही लिडर घेता लिडर हे सायडीन ते सायड आयज एक कॉन्स्टन चार तीग तीग दोग जाण लिडर आसा आनी ते लिडर एकटो कोण टीएमसीन वयता कोण बीजेपीन वयता कोण आनी आपान वयता हे लिडर तुमचे म्हटल्यार तुमचे विजन सारखे ना आयज आमचे लिडर आयज रेव्होल्युशनरी गोवन्साचे लिडर जे आयज ग्रास रुटाच्यान वयर सरल्या आमी कोण व्हडले इकते कोणाक हाडूंक ना हे ग्रास रुटा वयल्यान वयर सरलेले आसा आनी हे लिडराक आमी डेव्हलप करता हेंकां फुडाराक आमी डेव्हलप करता की आमचो फुडली जी जनरेशन आसा ती कशी सस्टेन जातली आनी वोट स्प्लिटींग आमी करपाचें ना वोट स्प्लिटींग काँग्रेस करतले जावं दुसऱ्यो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी करतल्यो आरजी वोट स्प्लिटींग करपाचें ना आरजी जे फुडले 2022 इलेक्शन आसा तितून निवडून येतली तुम्ही मुद्दम पळया कित्याक तुमी आमकां अंडरकरंट पळयल्लो आसतलो अंडरकरंट आमकां सोदता तुमी अंडरकरंटूच सोदा आमकां चिता आमी अंडरकरंट आसा म्हणून ओगी आसा म्हणून जे जिखपाचें आसा जे ग्रावंड लेवलाचेर मुद्दम वचोन पळया आरजी खंय आसा खंय ना ती आनी 2022 जे इलेक्शन आसा तितून रेव्होल्युशनरी गोवन्स हो सरकार घडयतलो.
Okay. Now we'll go to Roshan. Your question to Viresh.
My question was what Olencio answered, but I would further question Viresh when he said now that there was some objection put. Before whom was that objection put? And it was cleared. I suppose what he was talking about was the Election Commission of India. Am I right, Viresh?
Yes.
Yeah. The Election Commission of India does not sit to judge whether anything is constitutional or unconstitutional. They simply look at whether your objection and the answer you're giving complies by their act and rules. It does not decide whether it is constitutional or unconstitutional. The moment your pogo bill comes into the fray, into a legal ambit, that is when it comes to the assembly, your pogo bill will not reach anywhere. And I'm telling you this not out of revenge or out of anger. I'm telling you out of concern for the state of Goa and its people. We have to realize, Viresh, you are my brother. We have worked together. All of us has worked together. Let's keep our ego and our ignorance aside, and let's take something that is going to help all of us. I have no problem with any of your parties. That is why I'm liberal in saying that, okay, Olencio is with Congress, you are with RG. It's fine. There's no problem. Okay, but let's not fool the people with such kind of things. The second thing, what I would like to ask you, Viresh, is I also mentioned earlier today, and you also mentioned that you have done a lot of work. I want to ask, what is the work that RG has done for Goa so far?
Okay.
These are my two questions.
बेसिकली जे पोगो बिल तुम्ही म्हणता पळय
See,
अनकॉन्स्टिट्युशनल आसा म्हणून
okay, yeah,
yeah so you are saying on the same track like Olencio said and that I defend हांवें सांगले बट तू स्टील तेच म्हणटा बट हांव तुका सांगूंक सोदता की ऑलरेडी बाकीच्यो स्टेटी आसा लायक हरियाणा आसा बाकीच्यो स्टेटी आसा ऑलरेडी तेंच्यांनी रिजर्वेशन दिल्ली आसा जी आमी मागता ही ऑलरेडी दिल्ली
correct.
आसा
So when you are talking
झारखंड
about, you are talking about reservation, but there is no act or there is no nothing that is defining a Hyderabadi. There is nothing defining a Andhra Pradesh guy from somebody else. You are defining a Goan.
basically
If you are
Let him
if you
answer.
are
Let him
defining a
answer.
Goan, yeah,
Roshan, like answer Kosi. Let him answer.
okay, okay.
बेसिक बेसिक गोवन कोण तो डिफायन केल्लो आसा ऑलरेडी तुम्ही हितून सिटीजन हेजेर पळया मुद्दम जो आसा ऑलरेडी सो दॅट इज वी आर डिफायनिंग एंड वी आर गिविंग द रिजर्वेशन वी आर गिविंग द रायट्स वी आर जस्ट गिविंग द रायट्स आयज तुम्ही पळयता आसतले आयजूच म्हाका येयला की आयज कोण मायग्रंट येयला तो 2 म्हयने जाले आसतलो येयला तेणें फूल आपणाचे डॉक्युमेंट केल्या फॉर्जरी करून डॉक्युमेंट्स केल्ले आसा आनी तो आयज गव्हर्मेंट जॉब घेतला पयशे दिवन सो दॅट इज द केस दॅट इज द रिजन वी आर आस्किंग फॉर 100% जॉब्स टू पर्सन ऑफ गोवन ओरिजिन आयज कोणूय येता
So,
गोंयांत आनी तो आयज जॉब्स घेता प्लस प्रायव्हेट सेक्टर जॉब्स यू हॅव सीन द इंडस्ट्रीज तूं मुद्दम रोशन बाब तूं मुद्दम वचून इंडस्ट्रीन पळय आयज कोणाक मेळटा जॉब गोंयकारांक मेळटा गोंयकारांक मेळना हे इंडस्ट्रीन आयज चडशे मॅक्सिमम मायग्रंट आसा आनी जेन्ना आमचे भुरगे थंय कामाक वचोंक सोदता पासून जाल्यार तांकां थंय कामाक घेयना आयज कितलेशे इंडस्ट्रीन बरो सॅलरीज आसा आयज इंटरनॅशनल वेर्ना इंडस्ट्रियल स्टेट एशियेची नंबर 2 इंडस्ट्रियल स्टेट आसा एशियेची नंबर 2 इंडस्ट्रियल स्टेट आसून पासून गोंयकारांक थंय कामां मेळना
So Viresh, my question to you is, Viresh, तू जे उलयता हांवूय जाणा कित्याक हांवेंय काम केला इन इंडस्ट्रियल एस्टेट आय नो ऑल दोज फिगर्स My question is, where is your pogo bill leading to all this? आता तुवेनूच सांगला की there is already a citizens bill or a citizens thing which is 1 minute. Let me finish my question. You are saying already that there is
बेसिकली
one
रोशन
minute,
बाब तुका
Viresh.
एक
Let
सांगू
me finish.
रोशन
तू
बाब तुका एक
already
सांगू
सांगला
सोदता
म्हाका की there
रोशन बाब
is
तुका
already a definition of Goan. Then why are you coming with a new thing? That is what I said in the beginning. Whatever is there is there. Let's implement that instead of coming with something new. Don't come with something new. There is something that has been already envisioned
रोशन
before.
बाब
Bring that to force.
एक
About reservation, 50% and above, you cannot give reservation.
Yeah, Viresh, could you answer that more specifically, and then we move to Giriraj for the second
50% and
panelist also.
above, you are not allowed to give reservation.
रोशन बाब तुका एक सांगू हांव की आमी 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 असेंब्लीन पास केले आणि परत कोर्टात आमची रेडी आसा आमची लिगल सेल्फ रेडी आसा आमचे सगळे लिगल
Viresh, your voice is
डॉक्युमेंट
cracking. सारखं ऐकेना.
कोणाकूय
Can't hear
समज
him. Yeah.
असेंब्लीन तुम्ही हे करपाक जाय दुसरो कितें जालो तुजो प्रश्न सेकंड क्वेश्चन
Viresh, can you hear us?
Second question was to तुम्ही कितें कितें काम केला सद्याक for Goa. What is the concrete work you have done for Goa? कितें केला तुम्ही till now?
Answer in brief.
ओके बेसिक आमच्या शेतकारांक केले आसा ऑल ओव्हर गोवा आमी आमचे जे धंदेकार आसात तांकां प्रमोट केल्ले आसा ऑल ओव्हर गोवा आनी तांकां उर्बा हाडलेली आसा जी धंद्यांनी आयज घुसनासली आयज तांकां धंदो दिवपाक आमी RTI डॉक्युमेंटेशन जे एक टायमार जायनासले ते आमी RTI प्रमोट केल्ले आसा.
Okay, I think we lost Viresh for the network reasons. Fine. The next question, Giriraj, you were supposed to ask Viresh. We'll leave that for a while. But right now we have three of you all, and I think person who can answer right now is Giriraj. So, Olencio, could you ask something to Giriraj about what he said for the last 5 minutes that you were talking?
See, I have a pointed question to the BJP, my learned friend. One is the question is, why is that the state of the Goa government is so adamant to get coal in Goa? How will this benefit the state of Goa? And in what way this will help Goa? Will not this destroy our economy? Will not this destroy our tourism? Will not this destroy our livelihood? And the second question is, why is that all agitations which have been taking place and the court orders, why is that the government is failed to take decisions, and why is that the court are giving directions to the government to take to give decisions? Why is our CM not capable even to take a single decision? Because every decision today is taken by this government with the directive of the High Court or the National Green Tribunal or the Supreme Court. Do we have the most incompetent CM of Goa? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Giriraj, can you answer that?
See, I'll take the second question first, where you asked about competence. See, I can answer a factual question, but not a hypothetical one. I think this government has taken decisions, and there are certain times where we have some of our people with vested interest who have gone to the court, and court has given direction, and judicial overreach in some cases is not a new aspect. Having said that, I think you are talking about one or two decisions where the court has stepped in. But apart from that, now talking about the BJP government itself, all the welfare schemes that we talk about have been given by the government. MOPA, for example, MOPA is an example where we stood by our decision. तुम्ही अटल सेतूचेर सुद्धा कोर्टान गेले मरे NGT put a stay on bridges like that. So Panya judiciary, what it does is beyond our control. पण हाज्या पयलीं तुम्ही मॅनग्रुव्ज वता म्हणून अटल सेतूचेरूय केस हाडिल्ली आसा. So what all I'm saying is this government has stood firm and especially on projects and decisions of importance to the state. Coming to coal, you were yourself not able to decide whether coal had started during the Congress or no. Let me tell you, the approvals and the coal movement started under the Congress rule. The railway authorities have repeatedly clarified that double tracking is not happening because of that. See, your double tracking fear is unfounded for the simple reason. If you go back to Vajpayee government, he had spoken about something called as the golden quadrilateral. Well, you will have roads, railways, and ports complementing each other and developing the country. The problem is Congress is so he has such lack of vision that they don't understand. They don't see anything beyond coal. You remember there were people from Vasco saying आमच्या घरान coal येता. Are in the era of Instagram, do you think there would have been no post regarding that? Nobody has been able to give proof. But Zata we say coal and we run away with it. See, today fear mongering is what opposition does best. I still repeat, double tracking asu किंवा तो न्यू ग्रीड असू आज लाईट गेली बीजेपी गव्हर्नमेंटाक गाडी पण जेन्ना वी से की वी शुड हॅव कनेक्शन फ्रॉम टू डिफरंट सेपरेट ग्रिड्स आमकां नाका अरे तुम्ही आता युअर अर्थ पार्टी क्रिएटेड दिस होल सेव्ह मोले कॉन्सेप्ट मोल्या गेलेल्या लोकांक मोल्याच खबर ना लोकांक की व्हॉट इज सेव्ह मोले सी सो दिस इज युअर फिगमेंट ऑफ इमेजिनेशन ऑफ द ऑपोजिशन ऑन ग्राउंड I am still saying people will vote for development, people will vote for BJP.
Okay, Olencio, I think you got your answers to your questions. Roshan Bab, could you ask something to Girish Bab? Giriraj, you could ask something to Giriraj and he could answer of what he spoke in those 5 minutes. Let's not move or divert away from the topic. Yeah.
Okay. Giriraj had spoken something about development that he's done, talking about the bridges that were done, and how people would travel on that, and things would have not been the way it is. People are now using those bridges. I would like to ask Giriraj Bab, what planning you all had done when you all envisioned that bridge? Is it that you do not have to plan on the control of traffic, the amount of cars that are being sold in Goa? Do we not have a carrying capacity in Goa? And is this bridge going to be sufficient looking at 50 years from now? Are we going to build another 4 bridges? Where is this going to end? What is the damage that is being doing because of the vehicles on these bridges, etc.? Is that being looked into, or is just looking at development alone?
Development is a continuous process.
Yeah.
And as I said, when you are in power, see, when you are in opposition, it's very easy to criticize, question everything. But when you're actually in power, you get torn between two kinds of questions. एक जो विचारता की हा ब्रिज कोणाक, दुसरो विचारता की ब्रिज 50 वर्षानंतर पुरतलो काय नाका म्हणून. See, today a lot of people ask why Atal Setu is not 6 lane. But before it was being built, there were people questioning why it was needed in the first place. So I think somewhere as a government you have to walk on the rope and where you come up with a balance. So definitely when you talk about vision, today for example, today your Goa airport is falling short compared to the kind of tourists you are getting. Now today, if you need an airport which is coming up at Mopa, and if you need to connect all parts of Goa, you need proper connectivity. You cannot have the same old roads connecting everywhere. And today everybody, see, every time what has happened is opposition's arguments have kept changing. Your earlier argument was will Mopa aid the neighboring areas. Are so airport even operational zalo, but thanks to opposition, we are still in the final stage of Mopa airport. All I am
My
saying is
question, my
development
question was specific to the bridge. I'm
The
not talking
bridge.
about other
no,
development, because other
I'm
development also you all have failed miserably, and I'm saying this out of hurt
this
because
is where
because
this is where no,
le-
I'm also
yeah,
answering to a very specific question. See,
about the
you
bridge.
cannot look at a bridge in isolation. Today, if you look at Atal Setu, you cannot say that it will not
I
be
am not looking at it in
because
isolation. You made a very clear point. What would we have done without it? This is my point. I'm not talking about the
correct,
bridge.
correct. I'm still
The
saying
thing
it.
is, you have actually brought in a horse there, Trojan horse. You have brought in a bridge which today you are going to increase. There's no control about the vehicles being sold in the state. Where is our public transport gone? We don't have proper public transport, so we end up buying more cars and bikes, for which we'll need another 4 bridges in another 10 years. What are
I
you doing
also
about that, and
covered,
what is your planning?
I also covered an important point of 150 electric buses that have come from the central government. That will also improve public transportation. See, nothing can happen
For which we
overnight.
don't need such bridges. You all are going in reverse planning.
तेच तुका सांगता हांव, आज you
Now
are
you
saying
talk
we
about
don't need
you are
I
talking
gave
about
you a very specific example of the bridge on Pato.
correct. So those
The
small
same
bridges are
example
fine.
was taken Relax
I
that.
am not
This was
I'm
in
not saying
not too
anything about,
long ago.
boss. Again,
This was in
you're
2002.
diverting. Let's not cross
I
the
am
bridge.
not
We are talking
diverting.
about
I am
Atal
asking
Setu.
you a very specific question.
We are talking about Atal Setu. Now let me ask you another
Before
development.
Atal
What you are
Setu,
talking about? What you
were
are
you not
1 minute,
experiencing
boss.
traffic jams at
I
Polvorin?
think where, and I were not experiencing it now.
Are we
Please come and check.
experiencing traffic jam
Maybe you are not
at
traveling.
Polvorin?
You may be traveling only on Atal Setu.
So,
I'm traveling further on.
where do you face traffic jam in Polvorin
Porvorim.
near the bridge?
Okay,
Yes.
we are getting diverted through traffic
Second
So,
thing,
jam.
what are
We
you
one
can
minute.
leave
talking
that
about,
question
man?
alone.
Julius,
Okay.
another thing, when we talk
Yeah.
about
Okay. Go
development,
ahead,
I
Roshan.
want to
Be
ask,
specific with your question and
Giriraj.
answers.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
want.
want to ask Giriraj, what development have you done in the health sector? Because
The
I'm
best,
talking this out
the
of 1 minute. Let me finish my question. I'm talking to you out of disgust of what happened in the month of April and May of 2021. 72 to 74 people were dying daily. Your CM did nothing about it. And let it be known today, not only to you, but the entire state of Goa and whoever's listening to this, it was myself and my dear friend Arturo as Goencho Awas members. We were the ones who filed the petition and got your CM on his knees there for 21 days. He was least bothered about people dying like flies in our state. He was just not bothered. And shamelessly, you saw what he has done in the last few days with the amount of events we have had in the state. Today,
Question,
you
Roshan.
see the
Question.
numbers
Ask the
rising.
question.
So, what have
Question,
you
Viresh.
done in
you can go
development
on
of
with
health?
your,
What
you
have
can
you
go on with
done?
your, you
Yeah.
can
So,
go
what
on
have
with
you
your
done?
monologue. If you have a
My
question,
question
please ask.
is, my question is, what have you done with something that benefits the local on day-to-day basis, where it comes to the basic of education, health, and basic facilities of electricity, water? This is my
See,
question to
today,
you.
no, the first question you asked about health. Today, you
Yes,
look at the super specialty block that has come. It
it's
has
already
not only
closed.
added capacity, sorry,
It's closed also. My mother was there. She was told to leave from the hospital because it was supposed to be
but,
re-inaugurated. As a
but
patient, she had to leave
you,
from there.
you have to at least give some time for all these
Huh.
things to come
So
up. But all
so
I'm
till that
saying,
time, you don't take
you
credit.
Okay. Roshan, you have asked the question.
what
Let
is he
him
talking,
answer
man?
and we
You
can
are
move
a
on to the
party
next
that has
person.
no presence in Goa. You will not win one seat in 2022.
Yes, you will
And we
understand
are
when you
sitting,
stand. You will
no,
understand
no,
when you
so,
stand with
I
your
am not
mother
here
for
to
4
listen to
hours
your
in a line
monologue,
to get
boss.
admission,
No, see,
and you have another
Viresh,
2 hours to
this
get
makes no
dismissed
sense.
from there. You
No,
don't
no, that's what I'm
understand the
saying.
pain of the people.
You are a party with the least presence possibly amongst all the panelists. And you are
Yes,
going on with your monologue. You are neither allowing me to complete.
I allowed you to complete. You're drifting.
No, you did not. You did not.
Complete
And
then.
I
You
will
have your
allow,
chance.
and I will tell you to stop it now. I will move on to the next person now because it's getting. I'm not getting any answers. The viewers will get confused with what is happening. It's a
Because
big mix
questions are
over
never
there.
stopping, Julius.
Exactly. So, okay. So we'll leave it there. We'll give you all a chance to reboot your memories and come back to the next person when you're questioning. But Giriraj, you will be still on the panel to answer the question because Trajano has joined us back and Viresh has also joined us back because of the technical glitch. They went away. So I'll go with Trajan first and he will ask a question to BJP regarding the 5 minutes that we spoke. Two questions, specific and specific answers. Please go ahead. Trajano? Trajano, can you hear me? Hello? Trajano? Mr. DeMello, can you hear me? Okay.
He's living up to his party's name. You know, TMC has been coming and leaving Goa quite often. He's doing the same on the debate.
Okay, I think there's a technical part of, but politically you can say that if you wish to. Okay, are you here? Trajano, are you there? Okay, no issues. We can get back to those questions over there, but Viresh and Trajano both were supposed to ask that. No problem. What I'll do is now we'll go ahead and ask Roshan. So, Olencio, could you ask something to Roshan about what he spoke? And knowing that you all have worked together, you'll have, don't say you don't have any questions to him, but definitely ask more questions to him.
Oh well,
Yeah.
very difficult to question Roshan Bab, but we have always fought together for several issues across Goa. But
Yeah.
quickly is that since Roshan itself said that their focus is on 2027, so I request my only question is to Roshan is that why don't you be a work like an for this election like an awareness thing to tell the people of Goa that who they should vote for and why they should vote for, because today if you see that Goa is going for a full-time blatant sale, and it is very important for us that we
Mm-hmm.
need to stop this developmental model, which so-called double engine, which this government is talking about. But we need double engine for our locals. Today, double
Okay.
engine is for one person, Adani. That is the double engine the government
Question.
is talking about.
Question is
So,
there. Question is there.
Roshan Baba, now, there's no question as such for him, but I
Okay.
wish that he also be a part of Congress so that we can take this fight together ahead.
So on this debate, you're inviting another party to join Congress. Is that what you're doing?
He's trying to lure
Okay.
me with his offer.
Okay.
But
Okay.
just to tell you,
Yeah, but
Olencio, they are
I will not
not
lure you with money like how the TMC does, but I will take you
no.
with genuine,
I would like
genuine
to I would
goals.
just like to give a small thing on this, Olencio. Yes, we will always remain Goans by heart. All of us here, I mean, including all the party members who are representing today. Let's not forget that love we have among one another. Okay. So second thing is the reason you and me and Viresh and probably Trajan have met, or other activists have met, is because of the failure of the Congress government. Remember that. It is the Congress government who made us uncomfortable in our own houses. Today, I am a youth. I am married. This is the time for you, Olencio, Viresh, and all of us to enjoy life, which has been denied to us. And Congress is also to be blamed for this equally. So we cannot be going and giving support to these things. So inviting me in Congress is no way. We have taken steps ahead. We have tried using the Congress. I had mentioned earlier. We tried using the Congress by giving them bills to pass in the assemblies, but it was never presented. And it was on top of that. It was a shame to see walkouts and pride in that. And this is where I was also let down many times. There were forest bills were passed. Nothing was given. Now going back
okay.
to something that no has no interest for us is out of the way. So invitation
Okay.
declined, Olencio.
So invitation declined in the long statement. So I don't think Olencio will ask you again to join Congress. So let's leave it there. So Viresh, we were questioning Giriraj, but you lost network. So do you have any questions for what Giriraj had spoken for 5 minutes? Viresh.
So
Giriraj
basically,
can I start?
म्हाका
Yeah.
इतलें विचारपाक जाय हॅलो
Yeah,
हॅलो
yeah. Sang. Yes, I
इतलें विचारपाक जाय ज्यो स्किमी प्रोवायड केल्ल्यो तांकां जे पयशे येवपाचे आसले पयशे पेंडींग आसा जे स्किमीचे पयशे येवपाक खुबश्यो स्किमी आयज आजून पेंडींग आसा खुबश्या जाणांचे पेमेंट पेंडींग आसा ते केन्ना पावस आसा. सो बीजेपीन आन्सर करपाचें की त्यो स्किमी केन्ना डिस्बर्स जातल्यो आनी केन्ना मेळटल्यो सगळ्या लोकांक. सगळे लोक रावल्या त्यो स्किमी घेवपाक.
नाही, आम्ही ज्यांना जस्ट 2
सिंपल
पॉइंट
क्वेश्चन, स्किमी केन्ना मेळटल्यो? ज्या स्किमी ते आतां बीजेपी सदांच प्रचार करतना म्हणटा ह्यो स्किमी दिल्या त्यो स्किमी केन्ना मेळटल्यो?
दोन गजाली. एक म्हणजे येदो विरेश बाबान उलयता एक टॉपिक काढलो की बीजेपीन पोगो बिल कित्याक प्रेझेंट केलें ना. सी आय हॅव अ व्हेरी सिंपल पोझिशन ऑन दॅट की फाल्यां प्रत्येक गोंयकाराच्या तकलेन एक स्वप्न येतलें की एक खंयचे तरी बिल हाडप. आय थिंक द ओनर्स ऑफ दॅट कॅनॉट बी ऑन द इलेक्टेड पीपल.
क्वेश्चन म्हाजो क्वेश्चन डायवर्ट जाता सध्या. क्वेश्चन डायवर्ट जाता.
Without being in the picture, you targeted BJP on Pogo, so I have to answer that. Otherwise, it goes on. As
सगळ्यात
far as
बीजेपी
schemes
टार्गेट
are
जातली बिकॉज यू आर
concerned,
द गव्हर्नमेंट रायट नाव.
आम्ही ज्यांना आम्ही ज्यांना स्किम्सा बद्दल उलयता, गेली 10 वर्सां कन्सिस्टंटली आम्ही स्किम्स पुरयत आयल्या आणि वी हॅव बीन डुईंग ऑन टाइम पेमेंट. If there is any delay, I promise that government has already assured that before code of conduct, all the requisite payments will be made. आणि सी हांव तेच म्हणटा, थोडो डिले जाला आसत आणि ताच्या खातीर हांव
4 वर्सां
सरकाराच्या
डिले
वतीन
जाल्लो.
दिलगिरी मागता.
लोकांक मेळपाक जाय आसल्यो बिकॉज यू
तुम्ही
आर
पळय
डुईंग
डेटा
आतां तुमी
नॅशनल
स्कीम एकट्याक बसून सारकी
हांवें
मेळोना.
हांवें येदो विरेश बाब,
पांच
हांवें एक गजाल सांगिल्ली, हांवें एक गजाल येदोळी सांगिल्ली, आय कॅन आन्सर फॅक्ट्स, आय कॅनॉट रिस्पॉन्ड टू फिक्शन. तुम्ही सांगता पळय, दीज आर ऑल फिक्टिशियस. देर आर सम डिलेज आय एक्सेप्ट, बट विच विल
तेच
बी
सांगता
डन.
तुमचो ग्रासरूट तो कनेक्ट आसा पळय तो आयज तुटला. तेका लागून तुका तो
अरे
खबर ना की
बाबा,
हे
तुम्ही
फॅक्ट आसा म्हणजे अजून
यू आर अ सिंगल एजेंडा, सिंगल इलेक्शन पार्टी. ताज्या पलीकडे हांव तुमच्या बद्दल कांयच उलयना. सिंगल
ते
एजेंडा,
2022
सिंगल
इलेक्शन
इलेक्शन.
जाता पळय तेन्ना कळटलें आमी सिंगल इलेक्शन काय तुमी सिंगल इलेक्शन पार्टी काय तुमी
इलेक्शना पयली
सिंगल डिजिट पार्टी
इलेक्शना
2022
Okay.
पयली
इलेक्शन
सगळे जाण तेच म्हणटा.
Bada.
इलेक्शना
सिमचे
पयली
ज्यो
Very
सगळे
good.
तेच
So
म्हणटा.
what I'm saying is
2012
Viresh and Giriraj,
त्यो अजून पर्यंत कित्याक मेळना केन्ना मेळटल्यो
चांगलं
स्किमी
म्हणतो,
stop
आतां
here.
सेम
तांकां
Enough of
मेळना,
this.
तांकां कोड ऑफ कंडक्टाच्या
केन्ना
पयली,
मेळटल्यो? म्हाजो दुसरो क्वेश्चन सो
कोड ऑफ
ओके तुजे कडेन हो
कंडक्टाच्या
आन्सर ना
पयली
सोडून दी.
ऑल द
म्हाजो
पेमेंट्स विल
दुसरो
बी क्लियर.
क्वेश्चन
Okay, Insa, दूसरा
तो
question.
दुसरो
Viresh, you
दुसरो
ask
जो
Giriraj
क्वेश्चन
the
आसा
second question.
तो जस्ट वन क्वेश्चन जेन्ना एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्टर तुमचो आसलो हो बाबू कवळेकर एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्टर आसा तो म्हणटा 10,000 ऑर्गेनिक क्लस्टर्स केल्ले आसा म्हणून ऑल ओव्हर गोवा. म्हाका तरी एकूय क्लस्टर दिसना. म्हाका दाखोवंक म्हाका सांगा तुमी एटलिस्ट तुमकां नॉलेज आसतली चड म्हाज्या बीजेपी खंय 10,000 क्लस्टर्स ऑल ओव्हर गोवा.
ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंगाचेर आता एक्झॅक्ट आय डोंट
10,000
नो व्हॉट स्टेटमेंट यू आर रेफरिंग टू.
Okay, let him speak. Viresh, let him speak.
I'm not able to hear him actually. I don't know which statement of agriculture minister you are referring to, but it is a fact on record. To me, if you have doubt, you can file a RTI and you will get details. More than 11,000 farmers. I don't think there are 10,000 clusters. There are 11,000 farmers who have taken a benefit of
ओव्हर
organic
गोवा
farming.
म्हणजे अजून
Okay,
म्हाका
see,
एकूय क्लस्टर दिना खंय आसा म्हणून
Viresh Kizata, if both
So now,
people speak together, nobody can hear. And when nobody can hear, you
cluster
can
when
understand what the law.
Viresh,
And
I
all
had
this like
रावचे
happen.
पडटा.
I
Viresh,
have to pick it.
तू आहे ज्यांना मरे
Put a pause on that.
अबे.
Okay. Hi. Fine. You continue, Giriraj, and you say what you answer the question at the end.
म्हणतात question regarding organic. I don't know which statement of agriculture minister is referring
Mhm.
to, but he
Okay.
can take the RTI route. See, I mean, like Roshan Bab said, ki when they were not happy with the government, they went to the
Mhm.
court, and court gave
Okay.
them a decision. But ताणे स्टार्टिंगाक उद्गार काढले की गव्हर्नमेंट
Mhm.
डेमोक्रेसीक लोक विटल्या. आय थिंक डेमोक्रेसी हॅज चेक्स अँड बॅलन्सीस. सो फाल्यां कोणाकूय पर्टिक्युलर
Okay.
बिल असत किंवा खंयची
Mhm.
स्कीम असत, दे शुड कम इन पॉवर. It is very easy
Okay.
to comment when you are in opposition.
Okay, done. So with this, Rajan Bab is back, and I want Rajan Bab to ask a question to Giriraj. Okay. Welcome. Can you hear me, Rajan Bab?
Yeah. I have lost a lot of it. But however, I heard something
Yeah.
Giriraj saying that the schemes
Mhm.
which are not paid completely will be paid now before the election. So what is it, an election bribe? कोणाक कॅबिनेट रँक दिवपाची वखदार आता स्कीम. फर्स्ट लेट मी टेल यू वन थिंग, and these are facts. I know that you don't want to answer to fiction. Please answer to facts. All your schemes are under budgeted. You pay everybody. Answer this.
Trajano
If the
Babu,
scheme requires 250 crores, yes.
you are a single, you are representing party which is in government for 11 years in one state in India. And before questioning others on performance, you should first answer why these schemes are not there in West Bengal. Whether it is CM
I will
Varai,
come to you.
whether it is Ladli
1 minute,
Lakshmi,
1 minute.
whether it is this.
I will answer you. I will answer you this. You tell me first of all, those schemes may not be exactly here what is 5,000 for the head of the family, there it is 500 for every woman. Please understand, number one. Number two, can
So
you
why
tell
not
me?
5,000 per head of the
And
family?
it is not.
Why double standards?
Let me.
Why double standards?
What?
When you are not, because in Bengal
Let-
you are in power. In Goa,
Let me-
you know you are never going to win. So Zaida promise.
Let me.
Tomorrow you will go to Maharashtra. Promise 10,000.
You know. तू किती नर्वस जाता रे राव रे म्हाका उलोवंक दी मरे
Nervous तू जाला.
लेट मी
एकूच सांगता रोशन हांव कालूय बीजेपीन आशिल्लो आजूय बीजेपीन आसा फाल्यां बीजेपीन आसा देर वॉज अ कमेंट ऑन फेसबुक की डिबेट सोडून गेला तो खंयच्या दुसऱ्या पार्टीक जॉईन जावपाक काय म्हणून आय एम नॉट नर्वस आय एम विथ आयडियोलॉजी आय एम विथ पार्टी तू काँग्रेसीक गाळी मार मार मारता कितले फावटी काँग्रेस जॉईन जाला तू 4 फावटी मरे
लेट मी
4 का 5 फावटी सांग
Okay. Okay, I think you will not about who you are joining. What main mudda and main mudda ki role hai.
Vernekar Bab, I have potency to go to any party. Nobody will take you. Understand this. Nobody will take you. Nobody will touch you.
Why?
Do you have the capacity?
How do you know that?
1 minute.
How do you know that?
1 minute. 1 minute. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Yes, Trajano, please say give your comments on it, and I can move on to
To
the next
answer
thing.
your thing, why are the schemes in Bangladesh? All the schemes that are in Goa are done in every BJP ruled state. What are you talking nonsense? What administration do you know? Every state is ruled as per its convenience, as per its needs.
Ladli Lakshmi
What are
scheme
you
was
talking?
first introduced by Shivraj Singh Chauhan in Madhya Pradesh. It's a BJP ruled state. These are schemes. तुम्ही सांगा बरं बंगाल कित्याक करणार आहे आमका लेक्चर कित्याक दिता तुम्ही
अरे बाबा, every
That's what I'm
state
saying.
is ruled
If there
as
is
per
a
its
delay in
needs.
payment,
Like one,
if there is a
wait. 1 minute. Let me tell you.
Okay. I think the internet is stuck again. Okay.
his
Trajan Bab, are you
messaging
there?
is distorted in his parties, man.
Okay. So till he comes back, I think we'll move on to Roshan Bab. I think proper net in these COVID days is very important if you're having something like this where we miss out on important inputs. So we are left to question TMC, that is Trajan Bab, and GSP, that is Roshan Mathias. So we'll ask Roshan Mathias what that Olencio, Giriraj, and Viresh can ask to Roshan. So we'll start with Olencio. Any questions to Roshan Bob?
I've already asked him a question.
You already asked him. Okay, who was
Yeah.
left? Okay, there's too much confusion, but let's work through the confusion. Viresh, Roshan ना किती इतर बघ
सो बेसिकली रोशनाक इतलेच विचारपाक जाय समज तूं आमचे पोगोबील हे डिफायन करना तुमकां गोंयकाराक लागून कितें आसा तुमकां दिसता की गोंयकारांक कितें मेळपाक जाय आनी तुमकां जे मायग्रंट जे वोट बँक आतां सद्याक जाल्या इनलिगली तेंचे बाबतींत कितें सांगपाक जाय लायक यू विल सपोर्ट दीस मायग्रंट वोट बँक विच आर डिस्टर्बिंग गोन्स यू विल सपोर्ट देम
Viresh, पहिले स्वातेर you need to be clear. You are talking about illegal vote bank or disturbing vote bank?
migrant vote banks which are established in our Komaldat land जे कोमलदात यांचेर आमचे इनलिगली मायग्रंट वोट बँक जाल्या तुम्ही तांकां सपोर्ट करतले
Okay, so illegal voting जे केल्ले हा कार्ड्स न्हू तुम्ही खूपशे आवाज केल्लो about filing objections regarding illegal voting cards. How many
आम्ही
you all
ऑलरेडी
managed to cancel?
कॅन्सलेशन केल्ले आसा
So there is no question that those who remain are illegal. They are all legal voters then. What
No,
was supposed to be
basically,
illegal,
now
you all
I
have
just
done
want
the
to
job,
ask
no?
you. Listen. I just want to ask you. जो कोमलदार जाग्याचेर आमचे इल्लीगल स्ट्रक्चर बांधलेले
Komnidat
आसा
Jago is
हे
a separate thing. You asked me
मायग्रंटांनी
about
येवन
illegal
इल्लीगली स्ट्रक्चर.
Let's be more
illegal
specific with the
voters.
That's
question.
what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
If at all तुम्ही समज फाल्यां तुमकां हे जाय ना हे कसल्या जाग्याचेर डेमोलिशनाक घालतले काय ना इल्लीगलचे
I
स्ट्रक्चर
didn't hear the question.
घालतले ना.
Viresh Potun inside.
Okay.
That's the
Kideche
question.
illegal?
I'll get a breakthrough to this. Viresh is asking Roshan Bab that if
इनलिगल
in
कोमलदाताचेर जे स्लम्स इनलिगल स्ट्रक्चर्स बांधल्या ते डेमोलिशनाक घालतले.
Why only slums? Why only slums? All Komnidad land belongs to every Goenkar that is there. It is not only slums. Everything that is there on Komnidad land should be
All over,
reverted back to a
all over
Komnidad
इनलिगल
land.
आसा. So
Not don't only
maximum जे आसा maximum listen
to core. You do your
आता जे
segregation. You all
कोमलदार
are
जागे आसले
Viresh. Viresh, you all are very good at doing
राव हांवें
segregation. You
इनलिगल
can do
म्हणला
that.
जे इल्लीगल जे
I
आसा
am
ते
saying all Komnidad land should go back to the people of Goa, irrespective of your segregation. You can do that because there's no other work to do.
सेग्रिगेशन्स मीन ते जागो कोणाचो आमचो गोंयकारांचोच न्हू.
Correct. Sound Sangta Komnidad land should
Yeah,
go
the
back to Goenkar.
Komaldas is
Zale, Kon
autonomous
Kabar.
body. It is of Goans. It is of
Correct.
Goans. So it has
So
to be
did
protected for Goans. It
so
is
who's saying
autonomous
no?
body.
कोण
It
आहे
is
ना
autonomous
म्हटलं?
body. So
कोण आहे
that's
ना
what I'm
म्हटलं?
asking you, whether you will act upon that or not.
Of course, we are acting and we have already done before. Why are you talking about future? You said particularly about illegal voters on Komnidad land.
That's
I'm
what आता
telling you, don't segregate.
migrant
हांव तुका सांगता
Okay.
तू separate करी
illegal
नाका.
no.
Okay.
कोणूय
Listen,
सांग
तुम्ही आता
Komnidad land should go back to
listen,
Goans.
हांव
Stop here.
एक पयला क्वेश्चन करता. तुम्ही आता समज हे करताली लायक गोवन सेंट्रीक पार्टी म्हणटात ना गोंयकाराक लागून जे विजन तुमचें कितें आसा तुमचे गोंयकाराक लागून विजन कितें आसा गोवन
तुका
सेंट्रीक पार्टी
सांगला
म्हणटा
मरे
जाल्यार
आमचो जो विजन हा is first of all to bring back Goa to the Goans, which we have lost. For that we don't need to do too much. सोड करपाची गरज ना. कित्याक ऑलरेडी आमचे जे लॉज हा ओके यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कोमनीदाद लँडाचे ओन रुल्स हा न्हू इम्प्लिमेंटेशन जायना विरेश
Okay.
इम्प्लिमेंटेशन
So
जायना
we
थिंगा आमी
have
बंद
already
करपाचे
we have already
ओके
Roshan Bab
दुसरे दुसरे
spoken
पॉलिसीज
about
हा
your
इट इज गुड फॉर द
that
लँड
you have, so we don't want to do things where we have
जुलियस इवन यू आर कटिंग आउट
yeah. Can you hear me now?
इट्स कटिंग जुलियस
So best of luck, Roshan Bab.
डेफिनेटली
So time we Kurpan Ami one naming and that is TFC but Trajano Bab is going off some network issues. Now it's for everyone to ask Trajano Bab for 5 minutes spoke the questions that you all want. So let's start with you.
जुलियस नॉट वेरी ऑडिबल huh? I don't know.
Okay, Alva, can you hear
Not
me?
audible.
It's cracking a lot.
Can I my voice back, please?
Yes. So I should ask the first question, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Now the TMC, which were in slumber for all this while, suddenly wakes up with a professional and drives the party into some hype which is imaginary and which thinks that Trojan Bob thinks that through his schemes, like promised by the AAP in 2017, where we did lots of cards, which I think Trojan Bob has forgotten. The same style, what the TMC is going ahead. I want to ask the Trojan Bob whether this party is really serious of Goa, whether this Bengal party is serious of Goa, whether Bengal party, which is talking about schemes, is giving 500 for the Bengalis. That is why the poverty rate in Bengal is high, 19%. And you are talking about saving Goa. What is your bigger agenda to save Goa? Only to give schemes, number one. Number two, why is that you don't find new faces? Why is that you find only the other parties to be outright purchased with huge money? I wish you could deny it. But I think your
Okay.
party is very vocal on it, on the
The
on
two,
the.
yeah, two questions Olencio has asked Trajan Bab. So Trajan Bab, could you answer, throw some light on that?
Julius, can you repeat the questions?
Yeah, so the question is, Olencio asked you that in Bengal government is giving schemes for 500, and here you all are promising 5,000. That was the first question, and the second question is, TMC is not bringing in new faces; they are just taking faces from earlier parties. So these are the two questions Olencio has asked you.
Number one, let me tell Olencio that every state is ruled as per its needs. It is not a copycat party. The party studies. These people are being in opposition in Goa for the last 5 years, came down to one MLA. That's what they are going to offer the people. What is this? And what you are doing all this time? This is number one. Number two, he talks about 1 minute. I told him, and I'm telling him again, that his Jilla seat of this Kortali was sold to the BJP.
Okay, network issues.
Is it come for
Trajan
a
Bab.
modeling show? You require? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because
Rajan Bab, ask your
it is
party
the
at least to
party
give a
that
proper
will
internet
drive the
connection to
MLAs.
you.
I think the
You
network
all
is
also
an issue.
cannot hear properly.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? You are shouting there. I can't. What is wrong with you? The problem is that you can't see your own self, introspect, and I feel sorry for you, honest. You are a very good friend of mine. I am telling you publicly today, your ticket is sold. I take a challenge. At the early politician go home. I'm telling you this because you came with a hope. You came to do something, they would never allow you to do it. As Vernekar has said, I have gone into Congress and come back 4 times because I have the political potency. Nobody will take Vernekar anywhere, minus the BJP.
Oh,
Now I'll tell you
okay.
the fixing. 1 minute. I will
Not
explain. 1 minute.
everybody is up for sale, Rajan Bab.
Baba, the question you must be able to be sold, no? Sales means what? Kodam
Sachine, but why should there be a purchase value at all?
One
Can there
minute,
be
1 minute, 1 minute.
loyalty? Can there be loyalty? Munukiri asta mare baba. Goenkars are loyal. Not 4 times, please. I mean, I can understand.
Please understand.
Even when I asked Olencio that question, I said I'm saying on a lighter note. Because see, I mean,
I
you
was
can
not there.
have
1 minute.
change of mind, but you
One,
can't have change of
1
mind
minute.
all the time.
You have not answered my two main questions. When are you going to stop killing democracy? When are you going to be silent on hate politics? When are you going out?
Talk
That is
about
happening.
post-poll violence in Bengal. Hate politics, manta to.
You are not ruling. You are ruling an illegitimate.
Okay, we'll go on and on this debate if we don't put a full stress. So Olencio's question was answered by Trajan Bab. I suppose Olencio, am I correct?
This is the
So we
most
are
I don't
getting
think so. I don't
government
think
Goa
so.
has
very
seen.
delayed with things. Trajan Bab, I have see very much. You're talking to Girish, but sorry, Giriraj. But Giriraj, I'm giving you this opportunity to ask Trajano this question. Just ask him whatever you want to ask regarding what he said in the last 5 minutes while
No,
speaking.
I think I have only two questions. When they claim that they have such, he claims to be a very good economist because he knows how much financial burden these schemes will have on Goan economy. So,
Mhm.
since it's a single state party, my simple question is why are these schemes not there in Bengal? Secondly, my second this question is today he's defending the Congress. I'm criticizing the Congress for even for the period where he was part of it and defending it.
Mhm.
So I don't know. So see, I have problem with double standards. All I'm asking
Okay.
is TMCC now again is gone. So I don't know. Either he doesn't want
We
to
have
take questions or his internet
come
is
back.
really bad.
Yeah, I think the internet is really bad, but politically you're framing it in a different way that everybody
If he's
is
spending so
watching.
much money, they should at least give him good internet connection, Rajan Bab.
Trajano, maybe
No,
they
I
can
think
give you some high-speed internet.
Yes. Please request
I
that.
will not
Will
apply for that card.
इंटरनेट कनेक्शन
आमचो
आता
इंटरनेट
इंटरनेट
मुद्दो
कनेक्शन
न्हू
गव्हर्नमेंटाचें
मुद्दो
नाही.
गोंयकारान तुमकां वोट कित्याक दिवचो. Now the question that Giriraj was asking. Giriraj, please, if you could ask this question once again.
Trajano, but the first question is, why are these schemes not there in Bengal even after 11 years of your rule? And second question is, if Congress is so bad, how did you change your heart so many times?
I'll wait for him to come back again. But till then, Roshan, if you could ask the question, I will write it down. So once he comes, I will ask him the question so that we don't waste any time. Already it's 1 hour 45 minutes. So definitely, and then Viresh also, you could ask me your questions as well so that we can just wind up because the internet is getting a toll on us. Yeah.
For TMZ, I have maybe one or two questions. I am still
Okay.
convinced, and with the movements they do and the things they are promising and stuff, I believe they are on a
Mm-hmm.
political picnic here in Goa. And the reason I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying this is I want a question to be asked to Trajan Bab that now we are already nearing code of conduct. Elections are going to
Mm-hmm.
be there soon. They have not even announced some of their candidates or none of their candidates, if I'm not mistaken. But they do not
Okay.
even have an organizational structure in Goa yet.
Mm.
He could correct me if
Yeah.
I'm wrong. This is my first thing. And if I
Yeah.
believe what I said now is true, then who is deciding 5,000 should be given to whom? Who is deciding this? And is this Goa centric decision? And then why was I not consulted? What will happen of the 5,000 from the kitty that I will be also paying taxes in?
Okay.
It's a data
Yeah.
collection
Can
exercise.
you frame the question again? We'll come back
So,
to the
Trajan,
question.
my question was
yeah.
plain and simple. Do you all have
Yeah.
an organizational structure as of now in Goa?
What do you mean by saying organized? Please explain.
Office bearers or
Can you explain that your co-convener left and went to the Congress for what? That having no
okay,
faith in
this
your organization and you have got audacity to ask me?
I
Your
am asking you
co-convener
about your
leaves the.
organization.
I am asking about your very organization before it just
Huh.
got registered. Your
Hmm.
co-convener left you and went to the Congress to be sold back
So
to do what?
okay, so you
Answer me
can
about
ask
your
him that.
organization.
You can ask Olencio. He's representing Congress, not me.
No, no, he was your co-convener.
He was
He
not
was
mine
your
now.
correct. So why did he leave and go?
So you're
Because
asking
he
the
had
wrong
no.
question to the wrong party, Trajan.
My dear brother, I know it was going to house first. It is registered now, but you all are
Yes.
all parts of the same organization. The same structure has been transferred here. Okay.
No,
My
you're
question.
wrong.
I will tell you 1 minute. Our organization is in place, and therefore
No,
I am here representing my organization
no. So I would like to know who is
because
this
I was not.
organization.
Please understand that Julius did not call me. I have been sent here by the party. I have a party. We have 3 MPs sitting in Goa monitoring the whole situation. I don't think you have a Sarpanch with you.
You haven't given me an answer yet, Trajan. I'm asking who is the party? I mean, who is the state convener or who are the? There's nothing that I have seen.
No, no, people are still joining us. We can't just make a party by keeping some people out. People are still joining us.
Okay, fair
Our
enough.
convener and everybody.
I'm not debating
We,
that, Trajan. It's okay. I'm just asking you the truth. So what you are
what is
saying
the
is
truth?
till now you don't have an organization. That's all I
No,
wanted to know.
we are well organized.
So
We
who
are
are the
well
members?
organized.
Who
If
are
you
the
have to
office
feel that,
bearers?
if you have to feel it that only the office bearers can organize, then you are sadly mistaken. Then you are sadly mistaken. Then you do not know what is organization. Organization is the capacity to organize people and get them together. How you do it? Whether you have now you have got a president in the Congress party. We know what is organizing capacity, and we don't have a president. And you know who and you understand our organizing capacity. What are you talking about organization?
Okay, so
Okay.
you don't have one. I got my answer. Thank you.
Okay. But
I
If
got
you
the
got your
answer.
answer, if you have
question.
got your answer, I'm happy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next, Roshan, you have
See,
Yeah,
another question.
you're
Vernekar
cracking
For
again, Julius. What is it?
Vernekar
second
Bab has
question.
not answered my 2 questions, please.
He is going
When
to
will
ask a
BJP
question.
stop murdering democracy? till how long they will remain silent on hate politics that is going on and
If
communalization of
at all,
politics?
if at all anything or anyone has been murdered, it is my brothers and sisters from the BJP in post-poll violence in Bengal. Your
My
party
God, are
TMC
you talk
killed
about
them
Goa, man? What
as the High
Bengal,
Court.
Delhi? What are you
Okay?
talking? We are
You were
talking. We
asked
are
a, you were asked a
we are.
simple question about your organization. You are telling us about 3 MPs sitting in Goa. Have some shame, man. You are
What are
talking
you
about
talking?
Goa. I will not
Are
talk about Goa with a Bengal-based party. तुमका महुआ
listen.
मित्र सांगायचं तुमच्या पान आलं ना मरे.
What is the meaning
You
of
were asked
Bengal
a
page you are
simple
talking?
question.
Are do
तुमचं
you?
गोवा प्रेसिडेंट कोण? तुमचं गोवा जनरल सेक्रेटरी कोण? आमचो लीडर सदानंद शेठ तनवडे एज प्रेसिडेंट, डॉक्टर प्रमोद सावंत एज चीफ मिनिस्टर. तुमचं कोण रे लीडर? महुआ मित्र,
Are when
डेरिक ओब्रायन,
every
ममता दीदी, चाची काका किकी बरीच रावले आम्ही.
आणि
What are
तो
you
तो
talking about?
मोदी अमित
तुम्ही
शाह
संघर्ष
इंडिया काबार
होय.
केली.
अरे पण
अरे
मोदी इज द
हो
प्राईम मिनिस्टर ऑफ
Goa.
द कंट्री. He is not my
अरे
prime minister alone.
the prime minister of the country was shunted out from Bengal. Go home to
Hunted
Delhi
out.
back.
You won
Yes.
one state. You are winning one state.
Talk about
We have
Goa.
we
I
have
will
12 chief ministers,
know it.
2 deputy chief ministers,
No,
14
That is
states.
that is why I
Shunted
told
out
you
to
you all
you.
are. That is why I told you you
You
all are
will also
murdering
be shunted
democracy.
out. TMC has been
Are
shunted out in the past. TMC will be
my
shunted
dear,
out again. And then I
you
don't
are
know
so much.
whether you will also remain in the TMC.
You are so much rattled about TMC, TMC,
Uh,
TMC.
full stop.
You have rightly made
I'm
I
the
am
TMC the
I
next
am not
choice.
rattled. I am
You have
appalled by your hypocrisy.
you have right. You have rightly spoken out that TMC is the alternate choice to the BJP. You have
TMC
spoken
has
out all your
TMC has
arguments,
added
all your
TMC has
arguments
added
We are running out of
are
time, so if
hypocritical.
you don't allow me to intrude over here, it will be a waste of these 2 hours that we are talking over. So please listen to me carefully. Thank you. So basically, this was a chance for Giriraj to ask Trajan Bab. So Giriraj, you answered his question, so didn't. We'll have this debate once again. Don't worry, I will be back again. But Giriraj, please question.
Julius, I just want to propose one thing.
Hmm.
Let us do
Yeah.
a Bengal model, Delhi model, and Goa model. Let's do a debate on this on your show. I'm ready for it.
Okay, but for now, you ask the question. I'll work this out with my
So
team, and I'll get everybody on.
I asked Trajan Bab 2 simple questions. One,
Mm-hmm.
why are these schemes not present in Bengal? Why 500? Why not 5,000? And secondly,
Hmm.
if Congress is so bad, what has changed your mind so many times to join and leave it again and again?
Yeah.
I'll finish. Finished. I'll answer. Bob Vernekar said, "Let us have a debate. Bengal model, Delhi model, and which model?
The
You
state
said
which
Bengal.
we are fighting for, you don't even remember that?
No. So because you didn't say Goa model. You didn't say.
I
That's
did.
why I'm asking
I
you.
did. Maybe your
Okay, then
internet
you
connection dished you again.
no. There's a problem with
I
with
was
your mic.
very
There is
categorical.
a problem with your mic. Now listen to me.
The main
What was
question, we are
forgotten was Gujarat
small
model.
kids in the
Yeah,
classroom.
the Gujarat. That I'm coming back.
Gujarat
Please,
model we can discuss. The best model
see,
of governance of any state.
your Goa government is the most illegitimate government. Come out from that.
Why?
What do you want
Why?
model? What
Why
a model? It's a
illegitimate?
disgrace.
Why
It's a
illegitimate?
disgrace.
Why illegitimate?
The people of Goa know it.
Disgrace are the party offers, Ray. You tell me why
People of
illegitimate.
I'm telling you no. You tell me why it is legitimate.
21 is what democracy asks you.
Yes.
Illegitimate is your government in Maharashtra.
Oh my God, that is illegitimate.
No, but you want 21 members. We have nothing unconstitutional has been done. Everything has been done. Who strengthened the anti-defection law? BJP did. Neither Congress nor TMC. Illegitimate म्हणतात तो अर्थ तरी खबर आहे Trajan Bab. Please. You have gone to the court with so many this. Well, what is illegitimate?
The people of Goa are going to teach you what is illegitimate and what is legitimate in the coming elections. You understand?
Okay. Okay. But there is only running out of time. Really,
He has not answered. He has not answered a single question of mine.
okay.
Why
Because
no
your
changes
question,
in Bengal? Why Congress so many times if it is so bad?
my God, I try to.
Rajan,
You're not
okay,
understanding
okay.
that politics is dynamic. It is not static. अरे गड्डे पळय गड्डे ते एका जाग्यार उरतात. Politics is dynamic. It changes every day. And I work as per my conscience.
I'll ask
I'm not a
you have no
slave.
humility.
I'm not a blind bhakta. Understand this?
Rajan, there is something called as loyalty,
Okay.
which has
Arey
no
Baba,
price.
But, oh, yeah.
you do one thing.
Rajan,
You give this
okay.
talk, go in a
Yes,
temple, go in a church and talk of moralities. Then you are raping democracy here. You're talking of moralities.
Viresh, both to ask your please ask them.
You have raped democracy. And you're talking of morality. You know the meaning of morality.
Please get boy.
Julius, we can't. Julius, I think we can't hear you. I think we
Hear
can't
me?
hear you.
That
You hear
you
me
also
now?
got internet problem.
We'll work on it. I didn't have.
Internet सांग
Yeah.
मला promoter घे म्हणून.
That is why I'm saying we
Promoters
need a
of
regional
promotion
party.
schemes.
Let's get the national parties out. They are not able to give us good internet.
The internet private.
But see, what internet is.
कोविड लागून आज बराबर वाढले झाले आमकां 7 दीस भितर बसपा पडटालें. So it's something better than nothing. So Viresh, can you hear me? Viresh?
त्याचा internet पडला.
Viresh, back online, please. Okay. Till then, you all want to continue Giriraj and Trajan?
Giriraj, please
Bonus
don't
round.
talk of morality.
Yeah.
Goa government stares at your face.
Olencio, you
When
can
you
also
talk of
scrub in and
morality.
give in your points. And Roshan Babu, you can also scrub in and give in your points. I have 4 minutes more and I will wind up. Viresh, can you hear me?
Viresh seems to be out
I
of.
can't hear Viresh. Viresh, can you hear me? Okay, we'll get Viresh's questions on a message or something and try to put it across. But yeah, Olencio, do you have anything to ask Trajan Babu? Anybody wants to ask anybody? Go ahead. Last 3 minutes more to go.
Yeah, all that I will have on the closing, on my closing
Yeah.
remark,
Yes.
that Goa dynamics is going to change completely because the development model what the BJP is followed will not help every individual at large. It is a corporate centric development model, which I don't think will give us dividends in the long run. We have seen this kind of model, done in the past by different countries like South Africa, where they had gone aggressive on their development model. Today, in country like South Africa, the resources have got exhausted, and because today resources are exhausted, today there is high crime rate, there is high poverty rate, there is no fields for the farmers, there is no ocean for the fishermen, there is no water to drink, there is no fresh air to breathe. So we cannot have Goa we cannot make Goa the same place like that. Therefore, it's very important for us to teach this government a lesson and make them realize that the development model should be people centric, should be pro environment, because environment once destroyed cannot be restored. And the parties which are come now and promising tall promises, I don't think they have any love. Delhi regional parties, Bengal regional party, which has come here and talking about tall promises when they have failed itself on their local state, cannot talk about protecting Goa, I think. And All these parties are come for only to create a division of secular votes, and
Okay.
this ultimately will destroy Goa. Therefore, Goa, we can trust the only
Mm-hmm.
party, that is the Congress party, and I'm confident in 2022 elections that we will form the
Mm-hmm.
government what people deserve and people want.
Okay.
I,
Raj.
Julius, I mean, see, I think what people of Goa need is a
Mm-hmm.
able and stable government.
Mm-hmm.
BJP today has clear leadership and has
Mm-hmm.
shown that it has the ability to give a stable government also. And
Mm-hmm.
I just want to talk about misplaced priorities. When the sustainable development is what we need. While
Mm-hmm.
Zuari Bridge, Congress could not construct for so many years, they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to plan a Donapal to Vasco sea link. I think that is
Mm-hmm.
what misplaced priorities is. Instead, what BJP has done is sustainable development with long-term
Mm-hmm.
vision. And as I said, BJP's leadership is very clear, and it is the only party that can give a able and stable government. That's why BJP will get 22 plus seats in 2022 and will form the government once again.
Okay. I'll take that as an ending comment from you. Then, Roshan Bab, anything for the ending comment?
Ending comment is I would like to wish well to all our panelists here for their own parties.
Mm-hmm.
But I would
Mm-hmm.
like to make a statement which comes from my heart, which I always tell everybody:
Yeah.
don't
Please do.
compromise your Goekar pond, don't compromise your Goan love for the land. Parties
Mm-hmm.
come, party goes. But let
Yeah.
that not create divide among us, because we are a small family. Whatever fights
Mm-hmm.
happen, let's fight it in a very nice way. But always
Mm-hmm.
remember, whatever you do, let it benefit
Mm-hmm.
Goa and in the large interest of Goans. Parties will go. I'm
Yes.
telling you, none of these parties are going to remain, including mine, I'm saying. Okay,
Yeah.
let's not be emotionally attached to parties. It is our
Mm-hmm.
individual capacity as Goans that will
Mm-hmm.
remain and keep, modifying and change things for Goa.
Correct.
So this love
Okay.
should remain. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I wish well for all of us in the elections that are yet to come.
Definitely. Okay. Viresh, anything as ending comments, please?
He said it now.
म्हाका
Now
इतलें
I have to
सांगपाक जाय
begin.
सगळे व्ह्युअर्सांक बेस्ट ऑफ लक फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बट जे गोंयकारपण आसा गोंय आमी राखपाक सोदता आनी सगळे वांगडा सोदता एका सगळे गोंयकारांनी फुडें सरपाक जाय आनी भागेदार जावपाक जाय आमी गोंयकारां कडेन मागता की तुमी फुडें सरा गोंय राखपाक की आनी
Mm-hmm.
तुमी डिसिजन घेवपाक जाय कोण सारकें आसा आनी कोण फोटींग आसा ते आयज जे पयशांचो वेव्हार चालू जाला आयज पयशे वांटपाचे चालू
Mm-hmm.
जाला पयशांनी लिडर
Okay. Internet gone again. Uh, we'll take Trajan. Babu, can you hear me?
I hope yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. Quickly,
Vernekar
your ending
Asta.
comments. Yeah,
Yeah.
ending comments.
I think
Ending
Vernekar
comments.
should take the real advice of Roshan. Don't get attached to parties. Get attached to your conscience. If you have to leave just now, leave just now. Don't try to be a blind buck. My dear brother, the coming elections, you will see. One thing I'm happy that every one of the panelists have taken serious note of my party, that the TMC party is working day in and day out to help the people of Goa.
Okay. Definitely. So I will take those as the ending comments, and it was wonderful. I think this debate went on for 2 hours, and it's really talks about the patience and energy that each panelist had over here to speak for so long. And I would also remember those parties who couldn't join us today. I feel very sorry for them because this is a platform where people listen to us, listen to y'all basically, and know what's going to happen. If you don't come on platforms like this, it's a very sad state because you can't present yourself to the people. Arguments, debates, like how Roshan Bab said, that okay, we are a family and we will still remain a family. Things come and go, but we should identify the basic things. And I'm very thankful to INC's Olencio, Simoes, Giriraj Pai Vernekar of BJP to join us, Goencho Swabiman Party, Roshan Mathias, Trajan Dimelo from TMC, and
Julius,
Viresh
one request.
Borkar from.
One
Yes,
request.
definitely. Yeah,
Being an election time,
yeah,
by keeping what you call that, all the SOPs, try to
yes.
have a physical debate. It's very going outside
Definitely.
of my mass.
So,
So I'm coming out next on this. My team has confirmed that there is going to be a debate, keeping
Vernekar,
all SOPs in
support it.
mind. Yeah,
100%, sir. I
definitely.
agree with you.
Very good.
Yeah. So
Before
I
we
Thank you.
yeah, yeah,
I
Roshan,
am promising.
agree.
I am promising this.
Olencio,
Bef-
make it physical.
Olencio,
He's
I will
I
make
don't
it
need to
physical.
take
I
direction
will.
from TMC to agree.
Huh?
Okay.
What?
I
Okay.
have another very heartful request to all you
Mhm.
guys, especially
Yeah.
the national parties who are having a lot of money for advertisements. I'm not against your advertisements. Please do that. But while you do that, I have seen a lot of damage done to our public properties. Nails have been put in trees to put your posters. Guys, stop this, please. It hurts. If you're trying to give a good example to Goa, let it start from here. Thank you.
Okay. Having
Some
said that,
parties in putting
I
advertisement
promise.
pocket in the.
Okay, Trajanba will have a debate once again, and this will be live. I'm guaranteeing this to you, and all panelists will be there with me.
It will
And
be
this will be live,
physical.
considering
Physical.
physical, definitely. Be physically live. That's what I meant to say. Like being the smart voters is like physically live. So this is how it's going to be. So basically, I will want to have you all once again to have a physical debate where we are going to sit together, definitely keeping in mind all the SOPs. And for today, I would like to thank you all very much for sitting for 2 hours and having this
By
debate
that
and yet
time,
having the
by that
essence of
time,
Goa.
Yes, thank
you,
you.
by that time, you will see lot of political parties that will be totally in a mess.
Thanks to
Yeah,
TMC.
then it'll be better time to talk more about it. Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes, yes.
Trajan Bab. Thank you, Giriraj. Thank you, Olencio.
Julius,
Thank you,
thank you
Roshan.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you
Thank
Thank
you.
so
you,
much.
Thank you
Viresh.
so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank
much.
you so much.
God
Thank
bless
you.
all
Thank
of
you.
you.
Pleasure
God
having you.
bless all of you.
God bless.
होगा सर
Vernekar Bab, bye.
More after the bye.
Bye bye. Take care.